and that's how it be. All right.
Yay.
Mm, mm, mm.
I have hit bad button.
You have a bad button? What does that mean?
And I have just hit button I did not mean to hit.
Mm.
That happens a lot
This
with
is
me.
a very very
Hmm.
wide range. There's a wide net here already.
Oh
Just looking
yeah.
at it.
Just
It's
looking at
just
this.
the it's just the main anime.
It's just the
It's not
main
like we
anime.
got
It's
the
not even
movie.
got the games or the movies yet.
Yeah,
Those that was a
yeah.
different
It's
one.
not like we got the movies or anything.
Oh no, tier list. Oh, you mean oh yes, tier list. How else can you be
Oh yes.
contentious? What better way
Oh
to
yes.
get what better way to get your audience than to see what people disagree with? That's
I'm
how that
looking forward
works.
to seeing the whole Appmon talk because Zanuck I've talked to for a second
Hey,
earlier.
hi, Digital Hazard. Welcome in.
I know a little bit about AppMon, but when you guys get to that, I'll mostly be opting out.
Ma,
But I can give comments on the designs and what I know of it, but my opinion for Appmon and Ghost Game won't
hiyo.
change.
Welcome, welcome. Honestly, like I think you guys are. If you haven't watched Atmon, you're kind of shooting yourself in the ankles and like giving me the gun to execute you. Because frankly speaking, it's probably one of the better Digimon seasons out there, and that's being like completely candid.
I
Oh,
mean,
those are buttons I don't know. Oh, I actually am okay.
I mean, fair enough, right? Because it took a friend to get me into Appmon. It also took a friend to get me into Cross Wars.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was the same for me when I first I did not like Cross Wars. I fucking hated it with a passion.
Oh,
One of my friends told me to go watch episode 30 of Cross Wars before making a decision or a judgment call whether I could never give it a chance. Yeah. You know what, Supermondo? You're right. Here,
You're right. Yeah, we might.
let me just like
yeah,
put this like
yeah.
right
I
there. There you go. You're welcome.
As much as I love Alphamon, watching him pub stomp kids isn't enough to get him anywhere higher.
Yo,
no, I
yo,
I can't defend Try. I cannot defend Try.
like Alphamon, I have like a great deal of respect for, right? Like, but what they did to him, what they did to my fucking boys is just it's fucking unacceptable. So so with that
It's
in
almost
mind,
as bad as Dukemon's English voice in Savers.
we don't talk about that. We don't fucking talk about that. I have oh okay. See, it's funny that you brought that up because Savers is like the one season I actually recommend people to watch in English up until episode 42 when the Royal Knights show up because when the Royal Knights speak, it's fucking insufferable. It's fucking
Yeah.
I'm factually correct. You know this to be true. Hiya.
To focus too much on that, honestly.
No, like half of the enjoyment is being able to listen to their dulcet tones and like wait, what? Hiya.
I'll admit to saying the same for Dub Tomas, so I'm not gonna fault you for saying
What
that.
do you mean? Don't you like fuck, what's that guy's name? Uh I know his voice. He's like he appears in everything. It's just I don't what is his fucking name? Ah
The
yeah.
unity is the fandom.
Describe describe who you're talking like
Thoma's
a few
English
names.
voice actor.
Ooh, I know who you're talking about. Um, crap. Who was that?
Gosh. His name
I'm
begins
look
with a C.
I'm
No, that
looking them
not
up.
Yuri Lowenthal. It's his name begins with a C.
It it's the same person who did Leo Wimon voice actor.
Hold on.
Uh,
Come on,
His
Google, don't fail
name
me now.
is Crispin Freeman.
Yes, Crispin Freeman. Love that dude.
He was also Bakuman in Digimon Frontier. He was Koichi Loamon, Jago Loamon, Dustmon, Velgamon, Digimon Frontier. damn, Koichi. Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
What else has this guy been in? Lots of stuff.
So I just got a message saying that comparatively we are very low
On what?
on volume,
Audio levels.
Ah,
audio levels. Yeah.
how's that?
We can fix that in our own Discord settings or thing.
How's that?
Hang on, I'm gonna mute my headset and just turn on the stream and talk for a sec. I can't
I
hear
heard a
it.
bottom one. Oh, thank you, Super
Okay.
Wando. I appreciate it. Okay.
I think I sound alright.
Can you guys test it?
Hello, hello.
I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Hello? Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Muting the stream. Because I don't want to hear echoes.
You
How's
should have
that?
done that. You should have done that from the start.
I did. I unmuted it to hear the audio levels.
I see. I see. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, damn, this guy really has been in almost everything. Kion and Haruhi Suzumiya, Itachi. This guy's been everywhere.
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
happens when you're a prolific voice actor, you know?
The only thing he's been in recently is The Bad Batch, Star Wars.
I
That's
The
see.
dude
not
went
as
on a
bad. It's not too
the dude went on a 2-year hiatus, and then he's one person in The Bad Batch.
I mean, it's hard to get work as a voice actor, actually, like genuinely. Anyway, voice acting woes aside. All right, so
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
already
yeah. Well,
established that Digimon Try deserves to be on the bottom, rightfully so.
Try, yeah.
we don't really need to talk about why, right?
Okay,
Or
is,
I
should
think
we
we
for
still
the
should.
for
I think we
clarity's
still
sake?
should.
Mhm.
okay. Why is it on the bottom for you, Kentek?
Just Mekumon in general. It
You don't you don't like
for
you don't
for
you don't
me, Mekumon is the epitome of like a pick girl in
oh,
Digimon form.
a
Pick
what?
me girl. A pick me girl in Digimon form.
A pick me.
Yeah, a
I
pick me.
haven't heard that phrase before.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain.
What the heck is that?
I really like the part where Mekumon died. I thought that was cool.
That-
I mean,
Damn.
I mean,
Damn.
I like when Kabuterimon got double tapped by Alphamon, but that's that's not one redeeming thing isn't gonna solve an entire set of movies. I don't think. So
Mass says I think it's boring as fuck. I actually do like Mekumon though. The English voice director for Try asked Jeff Nimoy if he was sure that Tentomon was supposed to sound like that. Of course he's
He
supposed
wasn't
to sound
even-
like that. What the fuck do you mean? Tentomon is like one of the best things about Digimon Try.
Yeah, Tentomon is awesome. Don't be knocking my bug boy.
I mean, we love Tentomon in this household, and if you
honestly,
don't,
it's
you're
just the
fucking
fact
wrong.
that it sounds a bit odd.
But he's cute.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that there's Tentom. I think the point is that it was sounding a bit off.
So in that regard,
Tentonians unite.
I mean, okay. Since we should be able to like actually talk about things that we hate about Try, let's all talk about real quick. My favorite part about Try, aside from when the Royal Knights show up, because that's the only reason why I
Okay.
actually watched it. My favorite part about Try was when Hercules Kabuterimon was doing the thing. Like that was pretty fucking cracked. And then that
Yeah.
musical score plays over that. That was awesome. That's
Mm.
probably one of the
Yeah,
best parts about it.
I really like seeing everybody's like megas, because the only time the adventure characters have had their megas before was in a PSP game.
Yeah, and if you
which
didn't
is-
play it, you're weak.
Yeah, I have played that one actually. It was a
Mhm.
good game.
Well, I guess I'm.
I bought that and played it on PSP, okay? PSPs aren't region locked. Anyway.
I had a PSP emulator in high school. I did buy the game. I had a PSP emulator on my school laptop, and I played it during school.
Golly.
Yeah. My
Well-
teachers didn't care. I was a great student.
Well, good for you, I suppose, right? Oh man. Though,
Really good.
honestly, like
Relatable.
honestly. Honestly, yeah. Oh man. Like Try I think could have been good, but the problem is that it focused on the completely wrong things. If anything, the reason why I don't like it very much is because it like okay, I have to preface something real quick. I'm like a connoisseur of bad fan fiction. I read bad fan fiction as a hobby. Um
Same,
um
same.
no. There's a logical reason why I do this. I do this because if two people can write about the same thing, why is it that one person writes it really well and the other person it reads not good at all, right? It's a matter of execution and basically the difference of the presentation of ideas, right? It's how well people are able to maintain like this kind of suspension of disbelief when introducing certain things to a new thing, right? Now,
Yeah.
the problem with Try is that we're basically introduced to Meiko and Meikumon. And everyone loves them for no reason, because they're a chosen child. It's like, you know, Meikumon is basically this cancer cat that like both homeostasis and like Yggdrasil are in divorce court over. And basically they want custody of the digital world, and then you have Meikumon in between, and both parties are basically arguing who gets to kill the cat while the children cry in the background. That's literally a
All the
summary of
children.
Try. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that sort of goes off of like the whole pick me thing. I didn't get to really tell you what that was. So a pick me is basically someone who is intentionally trying to emphasize and unique and deserve way more attention, and that's just a big um thing for Meikumon, because out of the blue you get introduced to Meikumon, this
Mm-hmm.
really big important thing, and I don't fault Mako actually. It's just Meikumon because
May! May!
Major. Major.
mhm, attention seeking behavior, right?
Done,
And
done.
even that, that's just not even that Meikumon is like a bad idea in theory, right? Just like you
Mm-hmm.
said, it's a
Oh.
bad fanfiction, I guess.
No,
Best way to put it.
it's kind of fucked up because like if you actually pay attention to how everything is like fucking situated, it reads the same as when you have those people who write their like, this is my original character, don't steal. This is them interacting with the cast that everyone knows and loves, and everyone just likes them just because, right? And it's really
So
unfortunate that it even came out that way.
I remember hearing this term a while ago. Mako is a
I feel
Yamato
you.
Nadeshiko. She is like the idealized Japanese girl. Like she is what people think a Japanese girl should be, and it felt really forced.
Oh
Like
Mako?
no.
it.
I
Yeah.
I would argue against that. Like she's more of a I wouldn't say that she's a Yamato Nadeshiko. I would say that she's just she's a country bumpkin
She
is what
gave
they
me
were
that.
going for.
She, and she didn't even feel country bumpkin. Besides, sometimes when her accent slipped through it, that was
I
about
mean,
it for
that's
me.
that's the problem with that, right? Because the problem with her accent is it was just a cute little character trait that they gave her to be interesting, and it's like, no guys, I'm trying to fit in. That's why I don't want to like speak with my accent, right? Like that's 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 understandable. But again, the problem with her is that she doesn't like, it's not that she doesn't have a personality. That's not true. It's that she's so shoehorned in, and at times it feels like she does nothing to actually deserve why the other people like her. It's like how the fucking Twilight Town trio in Kingdom Hearts 3, they just fucking eat ice cream and talk about how good of friends they are, but they don't actually act like friends. Sometimes it's like that, right? It's
I
Mm.
think it's that it's like she's weak, right? Because
she's
she's given all these things specifically because she acts and is meek.
yeah, it's like everyone fucking coddles the shit out of her.
Hmm.
So I
Especially the
give,
cat.
yeah.
Especially Mick.
I mean, the cat fucking killed Leomon and then got a slap on the wrist. That's it. I mean, we all
Leomon
remember that.
dies in every show. Leomon dies in
He
every
didn't
show.
even fucking deserve that. He died in the real world. That means he's never coming back this time. That's like,
Yeah, no, he is fucked.
so
You're
Like
right,
his
Mondo. You should feed that
data
cat
can't go to
chocolate.
Climate Village.
Mondo do be right though. Okay, so that's why Try deserves to be in the bottom tier. Sorry, the humans don't do it for me.
Yeah, the humans, the Digidestined, as the digital hazard said, the kids were just brain dead. Like they didn't really act like themselves throughout it. Like I
Uh,
think that's another big thing for me at least. They
See, the
didn't
thing,
feel like them.
the whole point with Leomon dying is that it's meant to be a sacrificial lion kind of thing to show that there are stakes, right? But Try doesn't have any stakes until, like, weird Jedi shows up and no one wants to ever talk about that because no one should talk about that. Let's not talk about
It,
that.
God, I
I
could go on a fucking rant about that. Yeah.
Yeah, Try is, I don't know. Um, I okay. I'm gonna actually no. We'll save that for another time because there's a different tier list we can talk about on that regard.
Yeah. They were content OVA, so
Oh,
that
they
the
retconned
Agumon.
that the big Agumon is actually Taichi's Agumon.
Oh,
I
Why?
I'm not a fan of that. Anyway,
I'm not
so
either.
real
Because
quick,
that also doesn't make sense. That Agumon was giant.
I mean, we'd love to see it. I mean, size variance is a thing, especially when Digimon appear in the
Yeah.
real world, so it's not that far fetched. That said,
No. Yeah.
that said,
Yeah.
where
Let's
do we
move on.
put regular adventure?
Regular adventure to me feels like a very good one. To me, I say like AS maybe. I think it's really good personally, just because it is the start of Digimon.
Hmm.
no
There
lower
are
than no lower than
downsides.
lower
What'd you say, Kentek?
no lower than B.
No
It
lower than B?
cannot be lower than.
I would
That's,
put
I don't know where I would put it. It's
I would
just
put
not lower.
adventure.
I don't think it's bad.
It's not bad by any stretch, right? It is basically the grandfather of the series. It basically kickstarted the entire like endless dream, right? But
Yeah.
in terms of like everything, I would give it a B personally.
Yeah, I think honestly B is a good spot.
So it's like the reason why I think that, right? I think it basically set out the formula. Like everything that follows after basically follows that formula to a certain degree, which is fine. I have no qualm against that. You can even make an argument that Frontier is just adventure, but with common riders or
Kamen
Power
Rider.
Rangers, dependent,
Yeah.
right? And that's not like a
Which
bad thing.
honestly, which I love because I'm a tokusatsu guy.
Oh,
I
you're
love
good.
tokusatsu.
Oh, we'll
Oh
get
boy.
to Frontier. We'll get to
We'll
Frontier.
get to Frontier in a
We'll
little
get
bit.
to Frontier.
Don't worry, I'm not biased on it because I like tokusatsu.
I am.
Here we go. Anyhow, so that said, right? I am personally going to put it on like
High B in my opinion.
like B is not a bad ranking. I mean, like it's still miles better than what that is. Cuz personally, like there's a lot of like adventure media out there, right? Like I would
Yeah.
rank what do you call it? I would rank Kizuna as like S for me comparatively.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's in as an S as well.
Yeah, but like now that I'm like it appeals to me because I'm an adult and I had to actually think about something very similar.
Yeah.
But even like beyond that, you've come to witness controversy.
controversy.
Well, you come to the right place. We're here to
Well,
start a war.
Here's the thing, because it's the first one,
Welcome
and
into the chat.
honestly, things can move along wherever as you go along. It's your tier list.
Here's the thing, right?
B is a good place to keep it now. It's just we only started with Try because we knew where it was gonna go beforehand.
Yeah. The thing with B, right, is it's basically a baseline for the series. Like that's basically like where things can go either up or go down, right? Is it as good as Adventure or is it worse than Adventure, right? Like
This is our
people who
bar.
think about it that way.
I think I'm a little bit more like lenient with adventure because of the thing I DM'd you, the like fanfic of adventure being a sequel of V Tamer. Like that fanfic is what I read literally last week and it was really good. So
I don't subscribe to
Just
that
gave me a
because
reminder.
Zero Maru is my favorite guy ever, so like not happening. Like that man deserves to be happy, and I think Taichi also needs a vacation from all the shit that he had to go through as a V tamer. It's fucked up. Anyway.
Oh no,
man.
the fanfic delves into fucking Taichi depression because, well, in the Digiworld there was like 800 years.
That's kind of too much. Like I said, I'm like really picky about my fan fiction actually. Golly.
I can get that. I can get that. I just go with whatever looks semi-interesting.
No, I get it. That's. Well,
Ooh, we got
Oh,
a
shit.
raid.
hi, Ankoku.
Holy.
Oh
And
shoot.
Coke with the rate
Oh
of
gosh.
13.
Oh gosh. Hi, Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome in. We're
Welcome,
talking
welcome.
controversy today.
We are
Wow.
rating Digimon.
Oh shit.
You've been
I've been
flared.
flared. That's fucked up. What
Damn.
ah!
Oh, we got cars.
Oh
We got
golly.
cars.
That's fucking cars. What the fuck?
Holy crap! That actually is a fucking
I can
cars emote.
appreciate that.
Ah!
It's like anime ooh car. What the fuck?
I don't know how to comprehend what I'm seeing. This is a drive-by? Oh no! Everyone fucking take cover.
Choo choo.
Dragon Gun!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait,
It the
do I have a gun soundboard effect on here?
Oh. God damn it.
Here.
The- What?
How? So we've got. I think we've got the idea that Digimon Adventure is B, not because B is necessarily a bad place, right?
It's the
It's B for
baseline. B
baseline.
for
Baseline.
baseline.
It's baseline.
Quick,
So
like
hold your pitchforks.
Quick, like do VTuber things like Oni-chan, etc. I'm sorry, I'm One-san. You had to get that right.
Nah, they want you to say VTuber things like do ala or stuff.
No, but I can talk very
No.
smoothly to you if that's what you'd like.
Dang.
Hiya.
I haven't heard your voice act stuff before. But
I told you I'm a voice
damn.
actor. People don't seem to realize that.
No, I know you are. I just haven't heard it before. Besides that one thing from the game.
Hold on, let me do a
Hornet-
service.
Yeah, we didn't even. We
Let
didn't
me do-
even go to.
Let me do a fucking service real quick. Give me a second.
This raid has us deviating hard.
Look.
I mean, good.
Jesus Christ. Hold on 1 second.
Again, welcome people. Thank you very much for that raid. For those who don't know, hello, I'm Zanuck.
I'm Flyco. And I'm flustered as fuck right now.
You get easily flustered, it seems.
Shut the fuck up. Don't speak to me.
Hey, I'm just being honest. It happened last raid as well.
Did I ask for your opinion?
To be fair, that last raid was easily tamed because they were frustrating.
Yes,
man.
yes, it was those kind of people.
It's easy to subside embarrassment.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, I love that emote. I love that. We got Dad and Guillemon. Oh wow, the Dig 7 has a bunch of Guillemon emotes. I love
mean,
that.
that's good.
I love Guillemon.
Oh. I bet you like Tamers too, huh?
Damn.
We'll get into that.
Damn.
We will get into that.
I like
We will
Tamers
get-
too. I watched that bitch 20 times, okay? More than 20.
Same.
But
same.
no.
Why do you think I said Megidramon?
You guys are
My
built different.
No, I actually memorized all the episodes at one point. Like I know exactly the part where like the digital world arc ends and Dukemon shows up, for example. I know when Beelzemon's big day happens. I know when I know every episode. Like it's kind of fucked up. Don't
I know when Ice Devimon showed up to creep.
Isn't that like episode 13 something else. That's
Oh
when
please, no, I'm joking. Please
No,
don't
I
tell
think
me you
it's
know
like
what exactly when.
it's probably episode 8 or episode 9.
It's very early on, yeah.
But yeah, oh lord. Anyway, before I self-report myself even further.
Episode 10 actually.
Oh, see, I was close.
Yeah.
I gotta hydrate. Hold on. Let me get some water.
I mean, I could
fuck
easily
me.
tell you.
Huh?
I could easily
half of my
tell you.
water bottle. I don't know where it went. I guess I just.
Oh,
no,
Just
it's
down all the water.
Angel's sister is currently on the Digimon binge. Good for them.
I mean, Digimon is a good thing to binge, in my opinion. I mean, I'll always like recommend tell people to binge it.
And Tora is asking what Digimon Tamers episode 35 is.
Episode 35.
Yeah.
Because 42 is when Megidramon, and that's when Leomon dies. 35 should probably be close to the arc where Kazu gets Gardramon. I think it's
I
maybe
I think 35 is 35 where Dukemon shows up?
no, because that's
No?
40. That's 44 or 40.
Oh, okay,
45.
it's the one after
Because
Dukemon.
there's like a whole episode that comes in between before Dukemon actually debuts. Because
Right.
it's the episode where Leomon dies, then we get Megidramon, and then we get Dukemon. That's how that works.
Okay, I forgot that Megidramon and Dukemon were so close together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably another reason why the impact of Megidramon was so much to me. Like, as a little kid, seeing that guy on screen was just badass.
I mean, I don't think it being badass is the thing you should take away from there. But we'll get to Tamers in a second.
Hey, we talked about that in the previous stream. I already discussed the Dark Evolution thing before.
Where do we put what do you call it?
O2.
Yes.
Going in
O2.
order. Well,
I
I'm
mean-
biased towards O2, so I can't really say much where to put that thing.
No,
Realistically, it should be a C.
Why?
If
I
anything,
see you, Digital Hazard.
why is it biased? Why are you biased to it?
why am I biased to it?
Mondo says it should be C.
Okay,
no,
Mondo.
it definitely should be. I'm biased towards it and would put it up there at A, for the same reason why I would put Frontier at A.
C for come on, you guys. Nice friends you got there,
See-
Davis.
I
Princess
dislike it because my first impression, I fucking despise Davis. If I saw Davis, I would punch him in the face. I would punch him so hard. I
And really
think
quick on the topic of punchable tamers, I can't really hold anything against Hirokazu because let's be real, if we could easily be that guy too, you know? Like if you got a Digimon, you could also act in the same way as him where you really want someone to be your partner in spite of everything. He tried his best. So that's what I'm willing to defend. Because you have to think of it this way, right? If that guy could become a tamer, that means you could become a tamer too. Okay? Like be kind.
Set the bar pretty low for tamers. Set the
I
bar
mean-
low for tamers.
Not low for tamers. It's more like if everyone had the chance and could have that opportunity, right? Like why you got to be kind to people. It's why like I don't believe people when they say that I would have a Numamon. Like stop self-reporting yourself that you treat your Digimon like shit. That's not good.
No.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
fucked
not.
up. That's fucked up.
Mhm.
I mean, and
Don't,
it's the
don't
fact
say
that
you
they
have
just.
it.
I mean, if they said it in a way that actually sounded like they would love them regardless, no. But I mean, sure, but
There's
they
only one
usually just
person
end
who
up
I know-
relenting to it.
There's only one person who I know unironically stands Shitmon. That's actually no, not even. That's Sinobally is like a really like Numamon, Raramon, those Digimon are like his favorites. He has a lot of favorites. But that's a tangent. Moving on.
Yeah.
Real quick. So in my opinion, O2 I've mellowed out on it. I used to hate it a lot. I don't actually hate it anymore. I don't know if it's actually better than Adventure, but I don't think it's worse than Adventure.
I don't think it's as good as Adventure personally. I think it has good moments. I think like Imperial Dramon's moment, awesome. I think like TK and the Digikaiser, awesome. However, the stuff that drags it down, like the scrap plot lines, Davis's existence.
I don't really
Mm,
hold
Dave-
anything against Davis
I don't
that much.
think I don't think anything against Davis either. I think the big issue that
He reminds
the
me of
thing
people
that's-
I like. He
well,
just
the thing
reminds
about
Mm,
Davis that's
that's a good take,
polarizing,
Cora.
I think, is that he tries a lot. He tries a lot
Mm.
to be in that position, and whether or not you're the type of person who admires that or hates that, that's whether or not you're gonna like O2 or not. And for me, I genuinely like everything that they were willing to try, and the only tamer in that I don't like Cody. Like Armadillomon, just don't like Cody.
If you don't like him, you would hate him in Japanese. Because he's got that little Dagia sound effect that he does.
Oh,
He has a catchphrase like he's a fucking Animal Crossing villager. It's a lot.
that's kind of it is funny.
And let's
I
see.
do remember watching.
Hold on,
that.
let's see. O2 has a problem that persists in most series, where one or two Digimon will be the ones who get all the power-ups and leave the rest to job. That's correct.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's why
Everyone
I
else
compared to Frontier.
is side characters.
Honestly, it's because they're weak.
Kyrie and TK.
Like
I'm sorry.
Tora has it.
Uh,
Tora has it. Tora has it where Ken makes up that entire almost. I wouldn't say all of it, not just half. It makes up all of that.
I mean, he is easily the most compelling character, like in that.
Yeah,
I would actually make an
Ken-
argument that I
Ken
really
is
like. I really like Black or Greymon.
I like Black War Greymon.
Black or
I
Greymon is
love
cool.
Black
He's so fucking edgy, and he's voiced by the same guy who voices all the edge characters ever.
Like
Anyway,
Black War Greymon was awesome. I'm
Let's
not gonna
see.
fight that.
it's especially bad in O2 when they're literally just giving their powers to Imperial Dramon because they realize they can't do shit. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, that's the same problem
like
that happens
Frontier.
in Frontier. Unironically, but they do it worse in Frontier. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Frontier is worse about it. But we can get to that when we get to Frontier. Let's not get on it now. We still got 2 more shows before Frontier.
They should have gave the Jogress's evolution, like Clavis Angemon and Valkyrymon. That's true. They could have done that.
I love Valkyrie.
They could have done that.
They
They
could have
actually
done
might
that.
do that for the next O2 movie. That is
Yeah,
technically on
'cause
the table.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that
Dang.
O2 movie is coming out, and it has the first Tamer, which I'm interested in. A guy before Maki and stuff.
See,
I'm kind of curious.
I'm wary about that. I'm very, very fucking
I
wary.
am wary about that as well because Ryu is technically canon to Adventure. Ryu, yeah. He's canon there as well, and yeah, it's not him. It's some guy we know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentioned ever. Like when talking about the past of the Digiworld, we hear about a previous group, Daigo's group and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell is this guy?
You're always gonna have writing backwards, especially.
Writing
And the biggest fear
backwards-
everyone has. The biggest fear everyone has is whether or not they're gonna retcon some things that people already.
Also, you're cutting in and
Yeah.
out a little bit.
You're
I'll fix that.
cutting out a lot. You've been doing it to all fucking stream.
Oh,
Mhm.
hold on.
Yeah.
Let me fix that. All right.
Yeah,
hopefully
voice-
that's better now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds better.
Steve Blum is awesome.
Steve Blum is my fucking hero.
Honestly, if I have a confession to make. If Dukemon was just only voiced by Steve Bloom, I would have probably had a longer lasting crush on Dukemon. But that's not a thing. Okay, that's not a
I
thing.
mean, he voices pretty much all of fucking Guilmon, period.
I mean, yeah, in the baby voice, I want like handsome cowboy cop Steve Bloom, not like baby
You
dinosaur
definitely
Steve
could.
Bloom. Okay, there's
Yeah.
a difference.
No, I know. Trust me. I watched Ben 10 growing up. He was Ben 10's voice actor. Like he was in that. He was basically everything.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
Gosh, golly gee. But yeah. So in my opinion, O2 is probably like on lower B as opposed to anything. It's not.
Low
not bad.
B C for me.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
If-
Just the issues I have with it are just so there. They're
Mhm.
in your face, and you can't ignore them. I can ignore Adventure's issues here and there because they're not as in my face as that flame jacket wearing shit Davis.
I don't know about you, but hot rods are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the jacket. I
Blame
despise the
Demon.
character
Digital
wearing
Hazard
it.
gets it.
You know, I'm gonna laugh if I like see. I'm gonna draw your character, and I'm gonna give him hot rod flames, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Again, I don't mind hot rod flames.
Checkmate,
I
checkmate,
just despise
atheist.
Davis. I just despise.
Yole, Hawkmon,
Hawkmon is
Gilmon,
fucking cool.
Altamon. They're the. They're,
I like
they're,
Hawkmon.
they're
Like
peak
he's
for
so
me. They're
fucking
very
cool.
peak
Like
for
how
me.
could you not like this fucking smarmy fucking bird? Like he's so fucking funny.
Like, I don't mind any of the partners. They're good foils for the actual characters themselves, as a partner should be, in my opinion.
Mm-mm. Well, no, I don't like
And I
Armadillomon. That opinion's never
Oh well,
changed.
yeah. The
Well-
Armadillomon.
I don't like him. I don't like
Here,
him.
I'll give Yole more love. I'll give Yole more love. That's the energy that Davis should have had to not be annoying to so many people.
Oh shit, sorry.
I guess one of my
There's
biggest issues with Davis was while watching Adventure, I was around the same age as TK and Kyrie. So hearing him, and I like TK and Kyrie, they were some of my favorite Adventure characters growing up. So hearing him just constantly insulting TK and getting his name wrong just bugged me growing up, because TK was one of my favorite. And TK had some great moments in O2. And
honestly
and then we got
TK and
Davis.
Kari are my least favorite parts.
Yeah, I
Them's the
I can
breaks.
I can get that. I just like them growing up. I have,
No,
of
that's
course,
fair.
different opinions now, but mm, I mean, I fucking grew up with that when I was 8. I'm almost 23 now.
No, I get you. Like TK, I have problems with him because like if
He's
they
gone
wanted,
backwards.
how do you put this? It's like you see it in Try where basically they gave him like those repressed like trauma issues with like losing Angemon and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hi hi Daniel, welcome into the stream. But yeah, my problem with TK is that like they basically retread on like old ground and like decided to focus on his like trauma and issues and try and stuff like that, right? But
Yeah, I just like that.
and it's like, you know, when he has that moment where he just like literally grabs the whip and then bitch slaps when he slaps
Ken.
Ken, um that was kind of raw, right? But at the same time, I don't
Yeah.
think that's a good indication of what his character is or what it should be. Um, because there were better
I
ways to handle that. I mean, if they wanted to show that he was a cool guy that is always holding on to his temper or that he's perpetually angry, that would have been one thing, right? But if you think about it, the way it's presented in that episode, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. It
It
didn't.
really does. It was very sudden. Like I get it's because Devimon's arm right there, the data of the fucking nightmare. But yeah.
Yeah, but Devimon also got literally eviscerated, and there's more traumatic stuff that actually happened throughout Adventure, like remember the part where TK ran away in Adventure and like literally went to the primary village and then like while Yamato was just basically going ape shit over him the entire time? It like there's different reasons. And
And being kidnapped by Puppet Mon, that'd
yeah,
be pretty
he
traumatic.
got literally held at gunpoint in the Japanese version, right? Like
Yeah, I remember.
like I think Devimon is kind of the least of his concerns. I think if anything, it would have been more interesting if they decided to do the whole like demon, like if they made him kind of racist towards demon Digimon. That would have been interesting. Um, I know that's
Yeah,
kind of messed up to say, but like I think the prejudice for why he would have that is there. But they
I mean,
didn't do that at all.
4 of the main enemies were demons. Yeah, so he definitely would have a good reason.
I
We
mean,
got Devimon, we got Myodismon, we got Apocleamon.
he's what if all he has to do? Well, actually, no. There's nothing he can do. Seraphimon is a jobber. There's nothing stopping the apocalypse from happening. Anyway,
Yeah, no,
anyway,
Seraphimon couldn't do shit to Apocleamon.
no, it's not that. It's just more like I don't know if you know this, right? But in every single media that Seraphimon has appeared in, he loses every single time. Like
Oh, I
he
know.
never lands
I
any killing blows. He just dies every single time, and that's why when where's Tamers? Okay, we're gonna get back to that little segment when we talk about Frontier, but with Tamers,
Yeah.
right? Where does Tamers deserve to be in your guys' opinion? Come on, chat, you tell me.
I actually would like to see where chat is on this because I have
Yeah.
respect for tamers. I don't like it.
You don't like Tamers.
I respect tamers. I think it's good. I think it's got and a strong ending. The middle part is where I start to like waver.
So Mondo says it should be on B, but here's the question: is it better than Adventure, or is it worse than Adventure?
It's better than O2.
I would argue that it's better than adventure.
Yeah, I'll
I would
argue
argue that it's
better.
A minus if there was
Yeah.
an A minus. You know.
B to A for me. I don't think it's S tier. I think it's close, but not there yet.
So,
Like as potential.
oh no, go ahead, keep going.
No, I was just saying. I there's stuff in Tamers I wish they did instead, but I understand why they didn't. Like, one of the things was crap. I'm trying to remember what my thought was on this because I haven't like decided to rank these in years. I can't remember off the top of my head. I wish they like expanded more on, I guess, the cards, for instance. Like, I thought the cards were underutilized. After a certain point, they were just not as big. Besides the evolution cards, for instance, like
See,
that's one thing for me.
power up cards I never really thought were that bad of an idea because again, I liked O2, I liked Armor Evolution, I liked Jogras, right? So it was just like the next new gimmick. I think that what Mondo hit with the digital world being sort of lackluster is
Yeah,
my biggest truth for that season because I really do like the interactions between the humans and the other humans, the Digimon and the other Digimon, the humans and their tamers, right? Or no, humans and their tamers.
Mm-hmm.
The Digimon and their tamers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
yeah,
showcase a lot of the relationships very well, and they have very good, well-developed character arcs. The problem is that there's this meandering middle where it feels like it's taking forever,
Yeah, the
and then
digital world
they
arc.
take a step backwards as characters
Yeah,
during
during the
that.
entire digital world arc, there's about maybe a episode kind of thing where, as they're traveling through the digital world and they're getting closer and closer to the kernel to collect Kulumon, you can see that a lot of their mental states actually are starting to degrade in a sense because like they're missing home. They're like basically Henry was doing fine. He was doing completely fine until Xiao Cheng came into the picture, and then he starts losing his shit more frequently because of that,
yeah,
right? Because now
yeah.
he actually has to worry about being an older sibling. Um,
Mhm.
like a lot of the
His
characters,
little sister is there. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it felt
and
like kind of remind me of Taichi when Kairi was there and getting sick.
I mean, that's how any older
That's how
sibling
family
would.
should do work.
Yeah, that's how any older sibling would react. It's like, see, he's fine because he knows he can take care of himself. When it comes to taking care of someone else, the ballpark is completely different, and that's why that's
Oh,
what they
definitely.
actually focus on when it comes to his getting his evolution to Saint Galgamon. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is what I was trying to say. I have watched Tamers over 20 times. I used to like how I got good at like analyzing like media to begin with was looking at Konika's like website for Tamers, which is like literally explaining it explains literally every aspect about the series almost to like a perfect degree. And it's really interesting to read. It's called Digimon Tamers Resource. It's in theory the website still should be there. If not, then I guess you missed the window. But that
Oh,
said,
I think I remember that.
the difference of that how do I put this? Oh, thank you, Daniel, for the follow. I appreciate it. So
Yep, the link is still up
good,
actually.
good. So the
God,
interesting,
this oozes old energy.
I mean, yeah, it was literally made 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That said, right? The main thing to take away from Tamers is that the one thing it absolutely does right is its relations with other people. There's very frequent moments in the franchise, or like even in the series, like with Tamers itself, where the characters are just talking to their parents, and it actually humanizes the kids and it humanizes the parents a lot. And it shows you that, like, you know, they're not just these like people who are letting their kids do as they please. They're actually adults and they're worrying for their children, right? And conversely, when you actually compare that to how the Digimon like view their relationships with their children or with the children, like it's really interesting because like there's this one scene where like after the kids go back home and there's like a party that's been prepared for them at like Ruki's house, and like everyone has their favorite foods there. That's where you first see the appearance of Guillemon bread. Um, and it's like there's this really kind of fantastic thing going on where they humanize like all the parents, and again they show that like even though there's not much that they can do, they're still trying everything in their power to take care of these kids in spite of the circumstances that they're basically being faced with, right? And knowing that,
Mhm.
one of the most poignant shots that actually happen in that episode is not the feast itself. It's after the feast where when all of them get the cult that they actually have to fight the D Reaper. Now, and you're basically treated to this like kind of like segment that's like it doesn't have very much talking. It just basically shows the kids all like hugging their parents, all talking with them about how they want to come back and how they want to eat their favorite foods again. and then it cuts away and it pans to the Digimon every single time. And it always shows that the Digimon are basically standing there alone and they're just watching this happen. And that's something like that people don't really think about too when it comes to like certain partnership aspects in that regard, right? Like
Yeah.
in series like Adventure or like even in O2, you don't really see much of the Digimon aside from them acting as satellite characters to the kids, right? But Tamers is different in the sense where the Digimon very much have their own minds on how they approach problems, how they think about things, and what they're doing to actually support their partners in the middle of everything. So, in light of that, right? While it's true that Tamers has one of the longest and most unbearable arcs, being the digital world arc up until the point where we get Matrix Evolution, the humanizing aspect and showing what it's like to live with Digimon, I think, is something that a lot of people don't really consider as to why those things feel so like heavy and important, and why like after this like entire year of living with Digimon and learning how to like be better people as a result of it, saying goodbye to them is all the more heart wrenching because it's like, I mean, what do you do? Because you own like in the perspective of these kids, right? A lot of them only became better people because their partners were there to like, because they kind of had to make the realization that they had to be better people for like their partners' sakes, for their own sakes, because they wanted to be heroes, whatever the choice was, right? Like they made these internal realizations, and that's why it's so good. Also, hi Hideki, welcome in. Um, I used to love Tamers. I think Tamers used to be my favorite season. Um, I have not rewatched it in a long time, and I don't think I'll rewatch it again. Not because I wouldn't enjoy it, but it's more like I think it's better if it stays where it is in my heart as it like for the interim, right? Personally,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would have ranked it as S if you asked me this question 10 years ago. I think it is still good, but I think it's only an A now because there's other aspects of it that still should have been better. Like the digital world was really bare bones because the D Reaper was literally eating everything and everyone was vacating to the deeper like parts that were actually like filled. The reason why there's not many Digimon to begin with is because literally they're all dead. It's like the setting
Yeah.
if you think about it is very morbid. And
Mhm.
They're
that's not
basically
that's
walking
not
the grave.
yeah, it's that's not an excuse. That's the explanation. Like and that's fucked
Yeah.
up. So again, I have like better ideas as to which digital worlds I prefer. Tamers is not one of them. But I
Agree.
do like the aspect of partnership where it's that a partnership happens because both parties want it. It's different from being a chosen child where you get to like your partner is just like picked for you and then you have to save the world because that's your obligation. Like these kids are doing it because they want to. And that's I think the important thing. Okay.
I
But yeah,
I
The
wasn't
protagonists have to have some
done
sort of
my thoughts.
self gumption on that,
yeah, and
self morality on
real
that.
quick, Mondo actually says that they dislike Matrix Evolution, right?
Yeah.
Um, I actually kind of agree. I used to like it a lot, and now I'm kind of I'm ambivalent at best. Like I understand, but at the same time, there's
Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent to Matrix Evolution. I got no strong thoughts.
I feel like they could have done better than making it so that you're up that you're chilling in the Digimon's Digicore. It's kind of spooky. But then again, this is the
Mm,
same guy who wrote Serial Experiments Lane, so big
Yeah.
shrug, right?
Yeah, I kind of expect
Yeah.
spooky stuff when I watch
See,
something from him. It's
see,
kind of just how he is.
it just ruins the whole relationship of it when I see that they've merged together.
yeah, you get the point, Mondo. Like, it's cooler to actually ride on the shoulder of your Digimon or get princess carried by them as opposed to like turning into them. That's why and on that note, let's segue into the
Oh
next
my
one.
god.
Let's
I
segue into the
was
next one.
I wasn't completely done on Tamers myself, but okay.
Well, what was the last thing you wanted to say about it then before we move on?
I wanted to kind of go into my thoughts on the Digiworld because I didn't really say a lot regarding Tamers.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that I liked a lot of the stuff in it. Like I agree with you. I love the like character dynamics. I think in that way, like the partner tamer relation, this was honestly the strongest with that. And I liked parts of the Digiworld and some of the episodes in it because, as I told you in the previous DigiTalk stream, I'm a myth guy. I like myth stories and stuff. So seeing Orochimaru or whatever the heck his name it was, I forgot off the top of my head. literally being defeated, how it was in mythology, getting it drunk. Like, I liked that because that was just like a nice nod to Japanese myth, something that's cool. And I, the DG World itself gave me very dark vibes just from the first time we saw it. I've kind of just gotten good at picking things up, and every time we've seen the Digiworld before, it was super lively. There was stuff everywhere. Even the deserts in Adventure had stuff going on, and it was still populated. Seeing Tame was so bare bones, it already felt a sense of foreboding before we saw it, the D Reaper. So I guess to me, it just kind of left more of an impact. It did drag on more than it should have, definitely. And when we actually did get to like the meat and potatoes of that arc with Beelzemon, the D Reaper, and the Four Guardians, shit hit the fan hard. And that's where we really saw, like, I guess, in my opinion, out of all of them, the most well done Dark Evolution. Like Takado's with Gyomon and Megidramon was just like, I feel like that was stronger than when we saw Skull Greymon in Adventure. It just hit a lot harder, in my opinion. And as I said, I think Dark Evolution is a good thing to see, but also bad as it's a great moment for character growth. Like, we see how Tai changed with Skull Greymon, and we see how Takado changed in response to how fucked up Megidramon was and what it was doing.
I mean, that's the thing though, right? Like, while it is an iconic moment of Tamers that Megidron even happened at all, I feel like
Yeah.
people take the wrong thing out of those kind of dark evolutions. Because to be frank, and this is the same realization that Takato came to like shortly after it happened, like because the moment it happened,
Yeah.
he instantly regretted what occurred. The thing with
Yeah.
dark evolutions is that they're not meant to happen, right? Like they're like
No.
it's a potential of the thing, like it always has the chance of happening, but it should never like be looked as this thing that you like want or like should force yourself like to do.
It's like a painful thing to ask a friend to do that.
Yeah, and that's kind of
Yeah.
what he realized, right? And so it's like, while that is one of definitely the most iconic moments of Tamers, I don't think that like, I don't even necessarily think that it was handled well per se. I think it was a good segue into how, like, what it means to actually have a proper evolution in the context of Tamers. But at the same time, like, if you actually want like an interesting like premise for a dark evolution that's supposed to be the real guy, you look at Gulas Gamamon over there, for example.
Oh,
But 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 the problem with Gulas Gamamon again is that like they don't go anywhere with it, right?
mm,
And that's kind of like the difference, because with Dukemon and like Megidramon and the relation between all of that, there was a intended point with why Megidramon appeared, because he appeared in response to Takado's anger towards Beelzemon, right? But once he shifted his like thought process to just like killing Beelzemon to actually protecting others, that was the correct logical conclusion to take out of that, right? Um,
Yeah.
you can
and
want the same thing, but the reasons should be different, or the
yes,
reasons were different.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, in a nutshell, like Tamers still technically has one of the best showings of how like dramatic a dark evolution should be, but I feel like people like fixate on that for the wrong reasons, because it's not cool. It's a very horrifying thing.
I think it's been like romanticized, like this dark evolution thing, especially in Tamers, just
Hmm.
because, um, one like you guys have admitted, it's fucking cool, right? It's
Mm.
cool, but once you get to like the context of it,
It's not
um,
it's not good.
it's
Yeah.
not good. It's specifically used here as a medium to showcase what a real evolution should be like, which is not a bad thing. But if you were to take a real dark evolution, are we okay to talk about that game? It's been long enough, right? I feel like I can talk about that fucking game.
I mean,
Survive.
I already
Because
put
that's what a
in
dark evolution should be. That's what a dark
yeah,
evolution is, and
yeah.
is like at its core. At its core.
For the record, I did put spoilers into the tags, so if anyone is still here and you are trying to avoid spoilers for Digimon Survive, please leave right now. But otherwise, like if you don't,
Yes,
if you
we
want to
will
talk
be
about it,
getting into spoiler
like
territory.
stick around, I guess. But yeah, go ahead because I already got spoiled. Come on.
Mhm. But that's no, that well, then that's good enough as it is, right? Just the whole. That's
Oh
what dark
shit! Wait,
evolutions are at their core.
Digimon Survive.
Yep.
Toratron. That was a VN that basically released last year. Um, it's a very good game that I would recommend like actually like playing through for yourself to see what happens. But if you don't mind listening to the spoilers on like a very poignant part of a certain route, then now is the time to like actually like either deafen the stream or like you know, something else.
I'll put it this way. Digimon Survive is probably my second favorite medium to experience
Mm.
Digimon at its core.
No, like again, Digimon the problem with the animes nowadays is that they don't really focus much on the character writing, which is why when we get to
Yeah.
Ghost Game, I'm gonna fucking complain a lot.
I can definitely. I have a lot to say about Ghost Game,
Mhm.
but specifically after we talk about Appmon, I'll have way more. So
Mhm. All right, all right. So now, where does Frontier go?
Zanuck, you answer that
Ooh.
first. Zanuck, I'll throw you under. I'll throw you under the bus because I'm gonna throw myself under the bus right after that.
Mm.
Okay, I will say this. I love tokusatsu. I am a Kamen Rider guy through and through. I don't mind the humans becoming Digimon then in the case where they don't have a partner like Frontier. I do not mind it. I think they could have gone about different ways to make it more interesting, yes. But I will say I do not like Frontier. Frontier for me is kind of mid. I have parts of it I do like, but for the most part, it is things I dislike. I dislike most of the story. I dislike for the voices of the like evil legendary warriors. I hated the accents for them, for instance. Grumblemon, Arbomon, Mercurymon, and Randomon drive me up the fucking wall. I'm gonna put it CD.
Pick
That is
one.
me.
You have to pick one.
D, but above Try, because there's more I like about Frontier than Try. Oh yeah, Pokemon and Namon. Don't
Oh
fuck.
man. Okay,
Don't.
Kentek,
Mm.
what are your thoughts on Frontier?
So I'm in the same boat of really liking the idea of a lot of Frontier. Actually, I think Frontier has a very fleshed out digital world, very fucking fleshed out digital world.
Yes, I love its world.
I hate everyone that isn't named JP. I hate everyone that isn't named JP.
JP is the only one you like, and he's the
And
first pilot
I'm
of the show.
convinced that there is not a single person who does not like Blitzmon and JP.
I mean, you're not wrong. Blitzmon
Blitzmon
is a
looks
Kino
awesome.
fucking design.
Mm-hmm.
Blitzmon is freaking cool.
It being able to traverse the
Oh
digital
yeah,
world like
local.
that really did recapture I thought was missing after Tamers, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I really like the idea of the 10 spirits. It was a lot of lore building involved with that digital world.
I love all of the lore. I love the world itself, but the story, the characters. If it was just more interesting, it would have been good. But the issues weigh it down so much.
So, continuing off of that, right? The
Keep going.
that's the whole point of that story for me is sort of the same thing about like a bunch of lone samurai trying to go on their thing. They're isolated. They're not truly alone. And the whole point of that journey was for them to get to know each other, right? And to realize that they're not alone or they don't have to be. It's a shame because those people are awful people. sometimes. And you know, I like jobbers too. I like people losing, especially when they learn from it. But the problem is, they didn't learn a damn thing ever,
Mm.
and it'll you know, you can do a good underdog story, but it defeats the purpose if your underdog becomes one single person carried by two people out of your, you know, six.
Yeah.
It's like who was it that said that? It's like
Backseat to Koji and
Mondo, right?
Takuya.
What Mondo said about give it all up to Imperial Dramon, give it all up to Susanoo-mon, but then your Susanoo-mon still loses. I don't understand. It's like they wanted people to
Oh
realize
god.
that taking an L was okay, and that's not right.
They
But
made their own Omegamon. That's what they were going for. They made an Omegamon, but it's not nearly as cool.
It's bootleg
I
Omegamon.
I
You can't even
I
call him
think I
Japanese
still think it's
Omegamon
cool.
because he doesn't even have a katana. There's an Omegamon with a katana now, and that's merciful mode. Oh lord.
Boy, right? But um,
Susanoo-mon is the god of destruction and ruin
both of
expectations? Oh fuck.
Yep.
I need a quote.
You were right.
I'm pinning
I
that.
mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
please.
I'm pinning that. There we go.
Susan Mon. I
Oh lord.
the
Susan
spell.
Mon. No, it's especially doing that because he sort of is a Susan.
Okay. May I talk? May I talk,
Go
please,
for it.
about
Go
Lucky
for it.
Frontier? All right. So back in the day, like when Try was like just debuting and shit, like there was actually a bunch of watch parties that were happening, and we were gonna go through all the seasons, basically, to like celebrate Try coming out and all that, right? There was, we decided to do a drinking game for Frontier. Take a shot every time someone jobs. Take a shot every time Takuya says burning salamander. Take a shot when someone loses on their debut. Like, take a shot whenever, like, it's too much. It was too much. People were dying. Like, I watched.
Oh yeah, you named it after one of his attacks.
I did. I guess dude, I don't know what to fucking tell you. It was just not worth it. The problem, the problem, the problem I have with Frontier, right? Like you guys said, it already covers like the fact that there's like this really fantastic digital world. Like out of all the digital worlds that are out there, Frontier is kind of up there in terms of like stylistic like purpose, like stylistic like cues and like just like visuals overall. Like Ophanimon's castle, fucking phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
the primary village, which is that big old fucking tree with all the eggs, fucking cool, right? Like
I love
Adorable.
that.
it's
I
like you
thought
have
that was
these like you have a ton of different like biomes that are really interesting to just see throughout the whole of like Frontier. And
It
it's like
felt
it,
like
it
an
does
actual world. It felt cohesive and
Yes.
nice and
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Now the problem is, despite having this really good world and like all this interesting like world building, the problem is that the characters never win. They never win. And you can make an argument that like yeah, losing is fine, like and that's whatever, right? Like that's fine. You don't have to win every single battle because if you did, it would diminish the fact that like there's like a triumph, like what a triumph even is. The problem with Frontier is that these characters never win. They're not even given these small victories. It's like they're just causing like mayhem and destruction everywhere they fucking go. There's no fucking like light inside. Like you can't even blame these kids for wanting to go home. But again, the problem with a lot of these kids is that a lot of them don't want to go home because their lives are shitty, or like you know, Tomoki is bullied, like Izumi doesn't fit in, Koji
Or
is a
one of them
fucking
fell down some
edgy,
stairs.
like yeah.
One of them's in a
Um,
literal coma.
One of them is almost like technically dead. You mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's really interesting as to like why the characters have the hangups that they do. The issue is that because they never win, they never actually emotionally get better. The only person who remotely actually has like a character arc that's worthwhile is JP, because he learns that he can't just like win people over with chocolate and like by doing magic tricks. He actually has to be a likable person if he wants people to like him, right? And that's why he's like widely considered to be one of the better characters. It's like it's so fucking funny when you consider Tomoki and like his hang up is that his brother doesn't like him, but then he makes the realization it's because he's he's an annoying fucking kid.
You know
It's
the
like it's funny as
bastard.
fuck. It's like a lot of the characters have to actually make this kind of self-realization, which makes this season interesting. But the problem is that this is overshadowed by the fact that they never win. Like, and again, you're probably thinking like, why would that even matter, right? It matters because after they have these big emotional epiphanies, if they still lose, then what is the point? Because
the epiphany is moot.
yeah, the epiphany is moot because your emotions don't win you battles. It's kind of fucked up. It's and that's the unfortunate part. Going back to like certain other things, it's not just them that lose. Like you have fucking problems with like Seraphimon, basically jobber extraordinaire. Like he fucking literally shoots the seven star heavens at
Seventh
fucking
heaven, yep.
Mercurymon, and the fucking guy deflects it with his mirrors. He
reflection.
fucking he fucking explodes. He literally one shots himself. There's no fucking redeeming that. It's yeah, he hit him with the fucking Uno reverse card, and that's the problem, right? Like Frontier has these moments that like basically show the kids that they're incapable of actually dealing with the problems that they've been sent to fix. Like case in point with like fucking Cherubimon. Ophanimon literally has to step in and use her like good guy purification energy, only to tell Cherubimon like, sorry bro, you're too far gone, I have to fucking put you down. And then she dies.
Yeah.
And then he dies. It's like they both get sent to the primary fucking village. It's like, no, love
And
my
then they're
hatches.
all
But
baby face again.
I mean, that's cute and all, right? That's very cute and all, but the
Yeah,
problem
it was super cute. It was weird.
that doesn't even fucking touch on the part where the Royal Knights show up. I don't know about you, but Team Rocket is like my literally they like I like all the Royal
Oh.
Knights, but these two are my least favorite. Not even because of Frontier.
Dynasmon,
no.
Icon, yeah.
No. I'm fine with gay knights. I think that they can be like as fabulous and perfect as they want to be, and like I'll stand with them, right?
I wasn't commenting on that. I wasn't commenting on that.
No.
They all just-
No. The problem with them is that the moment they fucking show up, it seals the kids' fate. They're just destined to be jobbers. The only time Lord Nightmon and Dynasmon lose is because the writers basically decide that it's time for them to lose. And
Time
you
for
know
them to
what?
lose.
The kids don't even kill them. It's fucking Lucamon who puts them down.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
shocker. It's almost as if everything is fucking plot mandated and these kids can't even get a fucking win. It's like,
It's like when
Go ahead.
Go
D&D
on.
DM basically tells you that you're not allowed to have certain things.
Yeah, like Frontier
Yeah.
basically reads like a fucking plot where the kids are on rails and the GM is basically only throws them a bone every once in a while. And that's
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is
the
a
problem.
very railroaded game. It is a very railroaded show.
And here's the problem I have. For as cool as some of the legendary warrior designs are, the problem that I fucking have with a lot of it is that all these new forms do absolutely fucking nothing. Like, oh shit, wow, we have Emperor Greymon. Guess what? He's just as big of a jobber as Agunimon is. There's no fucking difference. Like, oh man, Magna Garurumon used up all his ammo and now he's bare chested. It's not. What's the point of this?
Why did they
What is
give
the
him?
point?
Why would they give him a limited supply of fucking ammunition, anyways?
Not like
Do
that's
you
not.
see Metal Garurumon running out of ammo?
That's not even like honestly. That just goes to show you how much of a jobber he actually is. Like, never mind the fact when Lucamon falls down. Like, Lucamon falls down into the plot and literally starts just dabbing on all their corpses. It's like this guy doesn't even lose. The first time Susanomon debuts, he fucking loses. He only
One of
wins when he only wins when they get to the fucking human world. That's actually a fucking thing. Like-
The only time I can think they actually win is when they get their beast modes, like Zephyrmon against Calameramon.
No, that was just her. That was just her because because Vitromon. No,
in case.
Vitromon literally burns down a fucking forest. Bolgmon goes fucking out of control. Fucking the kid almost axed and killed someone. It's like, no, those are not technically to be wins because they go out of control. That's why Izumi's thing is so fucking important because she's the only one who had a fucking grip on herself. Not that
I
that
was
mattered.
gonna bring up Izumi as well.
That
'cause
is the only fucking win they get. That is the only W they get in that entire show. Her beast mode.
Not even that. Like, they have W's, but they're so fucking overshadowed by every other fucking aspect that happens that it's just never good. And that's kind of
And
why
when
I
you-
have to say that Frontier is like
Yeah, where are we putting this thing? Yeah.
D, definitely D.
I wouldn't even say it's D. I think that there's some redeemable aspects to it. The problem is just that the cast is just like they're a bunch of losers.
In my heart, it's C, just for the Digimon.
I go
Not
for
even-
C.
Yeah, I can deal with C because I said high B, low C anyway. So
In my
yeah, I can.
personal ranking, it'd be higher, but I understand where to put things where they're appropriate.
I was also going to mention one other thing about the character growth, for instance. Yeah, you said that JP is the only one who gets character growth when we literally get like an episode of two of Takuya, and the motherfucker doesn't even grow during those. He goes to the human world as Flamemon, and nothing fucking changes with him.
Well, I mean, he becomes more
Mm,
resolved if
Well,
you even want to
there are
call it that.
times. See, the thing is, there are times where they could all grow. Um, Izumi
don't.
arguably gets a lot for what she is given, because her idea is that, like, hey, Ranamon, you're shallow. No, I'm telling you, you're also shallow, Izumi. Just having her win once and Ranamon just running away from Izumi's answer would have done a lot for her. But no, you have to wait till Zephyrmon shows up.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's
Yeah.
like it's really unfortunate because
Mhm.
Frontier has so much good potential.
Instead, we
That's-
have to spend like 8 episodes out of however many there are of just Takuya fawning
50.
over her.
Sims. Oh wait, no,
For
you're not allowed to
no
say that word on.
reason.
You're not allowed to say that word on Twitch anymore. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
we-
Wait.
They're just simple guys. Not they're not. They're not.
We can't say that.
It's a technical slur.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
No, I thought you were talking about the gamer.
I don't know what that is. Anyway, let's move on.
No, there's a
Yeah,
pro player named after it, or well, not
Uh,
named after it. He was pre. Anyway, let's go on. We're at where?
Oh,
we're at
okay.
Saver.
We're at Savers. Okay, I'm just gonna make this fucking judgment call. You're all free to contend with me, but just know that you're actually wrong if you fucking contest me.
We're going S.
Actually. Ah, I have to think about that.
Hmm.
Oh,
I'd put it
I'll
not
put it
content with putting it at S.
I'm
would put
thinking
it
about
I
it.
would
It's
not-
it's in my top 3. But the Geo Grey Sword, it never works.
the Geo Grey Sword is a fucking joke.
Ah, fuck.
Here. The Geo Grey Sword may be a joke.
I'm
but
putting
you
it
know
in
what's
S.
Stronger than the Geo Grey Sword.
I'm putting Savers goes in S. Okay, and okay. So let me explain why Savers set a really good precedent, okay? I think no, not even S for fucking Masaru, right? It's S
Mhm.
because the cast is so fucking streamlined and there's no overlap. Okay? You have 3 different guys at the start of the fucking show that all have their own hangups and all their own problems, right? And there's no fucking overlap, and instead those people actually get better through their interactions with each other. Now,
Yep.
because of that, because there's no overlap and these people are actually capable of having their own spaces to do better, they actually thrive when they're on their own, and that's good, right? Like fucking Toma's arc when he gets fucking Mirage Galgamon, Mock Galgamon, when he's fighting against like Metal Phantomon and he has to relive the literal worst day of his fucking life. That is an amazing fucking episode. That score for when he is like literally running through that dream and trying to stop his mom from like pushing him like away from that truck. That's fucked up. But that was like one of the most emotionally charged moments that you could ever ask for in a Digimon series. Like that's fucking amazing. No. Like Sabers is easily the most shonen out of like all of the seasons. But that's what Mondo is saying too, right? Sabers is great because shonen anime tropes dictate that a main character starts out rash and impulsive and eventually mellows out, but Masaru instead goes straight to 11. Yeah, he does. What does MGTOW stand? What is that?
I
have no
don't
idea.
know the lingo.
Man going their own way. Yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
That, yeah.
And so here's like, I have a preference personally towards Digimon seasons that actually treat the Digimon like they're living entities and like they're people. Okay. And
Yeah.
Sabers was basically one of the first like you can say that Tamers did a really good job of humanizing the Digimon, but Savers basically kind of went beyond and showed you how like the Digimon actually live in the digital world and what humans were fucking doing to them, right? With their like conquest and with Karada being fucking genocidal, right?
Ooh, fucking
And it's
Karada.
and Karada is by far one of the best Digimon villains. Like you love to hate this fucking guy, right? Now,
My god.
and in understanding that, right? Like Sabers is good because it actually is well paced between all its slice of life moments and like the absurdity of what fucking happens. Like Masaru doesn't actually kill Digimon with like his punches. Like he incapacitates them, he stuns them for a moment, right? But like he never actually like just dead ass kills a Digimon like with his bare fucking hands. Like he basically sets the stage to get Agumon where he needs to be, and their bond is facilitated through that that shared hot bloodedness, right? Now,
Yeah.
when they get to the digital world, right, and when we see Mercurymon, when Ikuto is introduced and all of that stuff, the drama is played up to 11 because you finally see kind of the effect of what the fucking humans have on the digital world and what kind of person Karata is for establishing this fucking precedent with, like, which is why fucking Digimon are afraid of humans or, and why they fucking hate them, right? Like, there is a rationale and a reason for everything that happens in the show. Down to the Royal Knights even deciding to show up and just saying, hey, yeah, our god just decided that you guys are not... Like if we had to choose between the human world and the digital world, we're picking the digital world. Because, like, for everything that you guys have done, you don't deserve it. And if you think about it, they're fucking right. Karada
Right.
literally tried to
Absolutely.
kill everyone. He fucking revived the Demon Lord. Like, no. It's like, it makes fucking sense in context. Oh, jeez.
God said you're cringe.
God said you're cringe. Yeah, like, okay. And, I was already a Royal Knight stan before fucking, Savers came out. But the thing is that with, Savers, right, it kind of set the precedent of what the Royal Knights are intended to be. And this is also unfortunate because it basically said, hey, the Royal Knights can either only be good guys if they're on the party side, like if a fucking mainline person in the party has a Royal Knight, right? They can only be good guys if that's the case. Or alternatively, they have to be bad guys because how else can we have a difference of power level and power scaling if we don't show off the strongest crew ever and why they like the others need to like fucking step up their game, right? So that's been the Royal Knight curse since the arrival of Savers. Or not even then, since the arrival of Frontier even. And in knowing that, it's like Frontier still does not Frontier. Savers does a really good job with how it handles its Royal Knights in terms of showing that they're what do you call it? How unfavorable it is to fight against one unless you're actually prepared to take them on. That said, right? The Royal Knights are
How
just
disadvantageous it is.
like Tora. You're asking why the Royal Knights are dysfunctional? Allow me to fucking answer the question. It's because if you had literally 13 of the same guy in the room, they would all make the same fucking decisions and not actually have any contention towards another. You basically will get more healthy answers and rationale and conclusions if you have people who have different opinions than you, like interacting with you. That's why all the Royal Knights are so drastically different in terms of what they prioritize and what they choose to believe in, right? It's because if they all believed in the same thing, there would be no one to literally stop them from making shitty decisions. The whole reason why Alphamon even puts the other Royal Knights in check is because that's his function. He literally shows up to tell everyone else that they're going out of line, that they're doing fucked up things and they need to stop, right? And if we didn't have that, then we wouldn't have that spectacle of Craniumon literally betraying the Royal Knights and carrying the world on his fucking shoulders. That is fucking phenomenal.
Craniumon is awesome, and Craniumon was said to be one of the most loyal too. He's the only one with that Chrome Digizoid. That was his thing.
And that's kind of the thing, right? It is much more interesting. Even though the Royal Knights are dysfunctional, it's not as if they can't actually work together as an organization. The problem is that if, whenever they show up in media, specifically in media where they have to, either be villains or they have to be good guys or they have to be dead, right? It's they have to be one of those three things. Because if they're not one of those three things, then there would be no plot. Because if the Royal Knights were around, why would you need to do anything if they could just solve the problem for you, right? And so it's either the problem or they're dead. That's how it is.
Or Yggdrasil tells them, don't do this.
Yggdrasil doesn't even like fucking exist in some continuities. It does.
Yeah.
It's really debatable. But like Savers is absolutely worth watching. I would. It's the one fucking season that I actually recommend people to watch in English up to episode 42. Then I fucking beg people to switch to Japanese because you will not be able to stomach or survive the Royal Knights. Because no, I can't stand how Dukemon sounds. It's not a fucking thing.
I would
But no,
refuse how
like
he sounds.
Savers is phenomenal for a number of reasons, down to how it basically showcases its story, to the rationale of the characters, and it does such a good job of making these people more than one note. It makes you actually enjoy like what the fuck these guys are gonna do when they're on the screen. It makes you feel bad when fucking Mercurymon dies. Like, it's like, do you like? We didn't even feel anything of that emotion or scope when fucking Seraphimon died. That fucking loser just evaporated, and then all of a sudden we had this loser Patamon. It's like whatever. Man.
And then we had Mama Pokemon.
How much money would it take you to watch the Royal Knight arc in English? Do you know how much psychic damage I would experience? I don't know if I should make that a goal to like make you guys work for that. I'm fucking exhausted thinking about that. I'm fucking exhausted thinking about Dukemon talking in that pompous English accent. I'm like actually losing it. I'm like fucking losing it. I can't think about it. No. No.
She
No. We're not. If you guys want that, I'll fucking make a goal for you. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna take, but I'm gonna like literally sit there and fucking cry the entire time. I'm gonna fucking retch. You're gonna hear me like.
I will join you.
No fucking shot. My fucking god. Oh.
Okay, if I join you, you can increase the goal even higher, because then you got 2 people to suffer through it.
No, if they.
Oh my god, it looks like they want it. At least 2 people.
Hold on. Okay. Anyway, Sabers deserves S. All right.
Yes, agree.
It's non-negotiable. It just deserves the S. If you think otherwise, you're absolutely fucking wrong.
No, it should.
Yeah. No, like again, it does everything really well, and it's like that's why. Remember how I brought up in Tamers how like the Digimon basically were looking longingly at their partners and their families, and how like they basically have lives, work, school, friends outside of the partners, right?
Yeah.
Savers does a really good job of touching up on that, because when, you know, the Digimon basically decide that they want to go back and help out with the recovery efforts of the digital world, that's what Agumon actually brings up too, right? He even says, like, what would I be doing if I stayed here? I'd just be in your room eating tamagoyaki and, like, that's it.
Chilling.
Right? Like, in another world, maybe that wouldn't be bad depending on the Digimon, but Agumon is too hot-blooded, and so is Masaru, and that's why he made the decision to leave. Which, power to him. It makes sense in context.
You know?
Mm-hmm. It's like what Mondo said. Man of his own way. Yeah.
I also don't think Digimon should just stay in the human world in general, because somebody will find it's kind of messed up. Like, you know how organizations are. I mean, Dats and Hypnos were literally created because of Digimon.
No.
Shut.
Like even beyond that, like logical paradigm of like people like fucking finding out your Digimon and taking it away. The real problem, is that like and this is touched on Kizuna too, right? With like why the Digimon go away. It's not like the excuse of like basically the humans like running out of potential and them disappearing for it is fucked up. But the real drama of the situation is that if you think about it, those Digimon disappear because their humans are focusing on other things, right? It's like they're basically like Taichi doesn't know what he wants to do in life and is trying to figure it out. Yamato is basically at a deadlock in his in what he wants and is like also trying to figure out things for himself. It's beautiful in the sense where Agumon and Gabumon understand this, right? And they never fault their partners for it. They know and they understand that their partners are trying to move on in their own way. And it's beautiful because they're just trying to support them in like the best way that can, even if they know they have to say goodbye. Because to them, that's the most important thing. It's their partners being happy. And so that consideration is something that also should be two-way. In the premise of like adventure, that doesn't go two-way because the Digimon disappear. But at the same time, O2 already confirms that Agumon and Gabumon do come back, and that Yamato and Taichi do succeed in proving that they still have potential, and they like, and that's kind of the thing, right? People don't understand that like there comes a certain point where you have to kind of let go of your childhood for a moment to pursue like things, like to actually make it for yourself. And like Kizuna really touches on the fact that like, you know, you might not know what you're gonna do like tomorrow. You don't know where you're headed at times, but like the fact of the matter is, as long as you're willing to try and like actually grasp tomorrow, you still have that potential, and that's what those two basically focus on in the end. That's why they get that last evolution, right? And then they disappear. It's and again, they come back. It's already proven with O2 that that's a fucking thing. Like we even see the Taichi putting in his like application to join the political club because he's basically gearing up to become an ambassador for the digital world. And that's his dream, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like that's the beautiful part. And I think people when they want Digimon partners, they just kind of want them because they want this idea of a friend that never goes away and will just unfailingly support you in all you do. But it's also like two-way, right? Like even in V Tamer, um oh man, even in V Tamer, it was kind of like that as well. Where like
Mm.
there was a point where like fucking Taichi was about to like drop off a cliff because Neo was cruising around on Gulmon and like beating the shit out of Zero because Zero couldn't fly yet. And when the island was breaking, like fucking Taichi basically goes like, when you like just let go of me and go find a new partner. Like it's like, you know, he's not willing to accept that. And that's kind of the same reaction you see with like Taichi and Yamato realizing that their Digimon is gonna disappear, right? They can't stand that idea. But in spite of that, like they still keep moving forward because that's the only thing they can do. Like not because it's like bad to say goodbye to your partners, not because it's like not because growing up is a bad thing. It's just learning how to accept it's learning how to accept things as they come and learning how to be a better person regardless of like what happens. Here, let me go make a
I'll be right back.
Julio, yeah.
An F tier just for try.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
do we need that?
It's purple because um all right, there you go. But yeah, that was my little rant about Kizuna. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite Digimon movies aside from X Evolution, but that deserves its own fucking talk. Sabers goes in S. Gosh. All right, and that brings up Cross Wars. I'm gonna make an executive decision here.
I would put that right in front. Honestly.
So there's
Well, it depends.
different.
Which ones are?
So the first arc of Cross Wars, in my opinion, is fun. The Death General arc is mid at best. Yeah, mid. Okay, I'm gonna be fucking real with you, Mondo. Real quick. Cross is probably my favorite season. I had to be converted. I had to be fucking converted. I was told watch episode 30. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. If you do like it, you have to watch the entire thing. And I watched the entire thing. I watched it at least 7 times. I wrote a fan fiction about it. You'll never find it, by the way. I made sure. Anyway, Cross Wars is really fucking good. I like a lot of it.
I'm back.
A lot of the seasons that I do like are basically ones that give the Digimon like fucking the golden treatment, and actually treat them like people, because that's like a real big thing that they don't do in the earlier seasons because they're more focused on like the human aspect of the season or the series as opposed to treating them like people. Also, welcome back.
I heard something about a fanfic that was buried further and will never be found.
I mean, you're never gonna find it. Don't worry about it.
About it.
We're not
Yeah.
talking about it anyway.
Well, now I'm gonna watch the VOD to see what the heck I missed in that 5 minutes.
We didn't talk about it. This is what you missed.
Anyway, so I have different. I'm just gonna make another executive decision over here.
Digimon.
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
Let me just. I like Decker Dramon. He's so fucking funny. You got this big ass crocodile, and then you're told he's the god of love.
I love Decomon.
Decker Dramon is fucking funny as hell too. So I'm gonna just say it, you guys. As much as I love King Shoutmon, I don't love Tagi. I don't love Tagiru. I don't love
No,
Tagiru. And
no.
and with that in mind, I will actually defend Hunters on one thing. It probably has one of the best episodic premises for a Monster of the Week kind of deal. It has one of the best fucking like things that you could possibly want, and it's really funny too if you think about it. Cause what do you fucking call it? It basically has one of the best premises in terms of like you can like have a lot of Digimon friends. You can go hang out in the fucking Digicourts whenever with them. Like it's not bad. Like if anything, Quartzmon was just like the entire Quartzmon ordeal with the fucking Young Hunters crossover. That was just a fucking mess. Like we did a kill count on like who actually got the most kills. Did you know that the Frontier cast escaped with a net positive of 0? They didn't kill a single thing, by the way. The guys
That's
who had
respectable considering it's Frontier.
the guys who had the biggest kill counts were
Masaru.
no, it was
Really?
Dukemon. It was Dukemon, and then it was Omegamon, and then it was Masaru. And
Okay,
then,
that makes sense. We got the 2 Royal Knights and then
Understandable.
something
I mean,
comparable.
we'd love to see the Royal Knights in action. I mean, I do at least.
I mean, I do. I'm a Royal Knight fan.
They didn't get their asses kicked. You know, I don't know about you, but they get their asses kicked plenty of times by the fandom and by their own. And by
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Either way, like what do you call it? Imperial Dramon killed, I think, if I had to remember, because the tally was like Dukemon killed like maybe 15 of them. Then it was Omegamon at like 12. Then Masaru knocked out like 10 of them. Then I think it was either Shine Greymon and Imperial Dramon. And at the rock bottom, it was Frontier with a net fucking 0. Fucking 0. Either way, like, I'm looking at this list now, and I see that this person is prejudiced because they didn't include Appmon.
I was wondering what you did.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you, Fate Grand Order Mordred, for the follow. I appreciate it.
Ooh,
So-
I just cracked something bad.
So 2020 is also missing, but Ghost Game is here for some reason. So it seems like they have a huge fucking vendetta.
No, arguably, 2020 is
Oh shit!
to forget. Appmon, I would not.
I can't forgive them for not
Yeah, we
including
can't-
Appmon
no.
because Appmon deserves to be an S. And if you fucking contend me on why, I will gladly fucking debate you forever. Like
I can't say
Like,
anything
just-
as I've not seen it. I've
Appmon
only
is
seen
S tier.
Just like with you, I had to be converted into Appmon. I only
Oh
ever
no,
heard of it.
I watched
didn't have
Appmon
any-
from
I
the
didn't have
jump.
any like, I didn't have any quarrels about Appmon. I knew what like the stigmas were around it, but I never actually hated it, and it didn't take until someone recommended it to me to realize just how good it was. Right? There's an argument that can be made that like some of the characters, at least starting off, sort of are caricatures, but you know, I'd take that over some of the seasons where people just don't have any character whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
All of the partners in Appmon can carry the show on their own. Let's be fucking real.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They have a really strong personalities, which is what's
Mhm.
missing from like Frontier per se, or like even from like O2 to a degree as well. And
Since-
what is arguably missing from Tagiru, because Tagiru's entire motivation is that he's gonna become a superstar and he's gonna become better than Taigi, but never accomplishes that. Big shrug. Let's
See, I have a sin of having watched Ghost Game first before Appmon, so when when we talk about either of those two things, I've got a gun loaded and ready to fire.
honestly, you can if you literally watch Appmon and then watch Ghost Game, you can tell what they pulled from Appmon, but did worse.
It's such a prototype. It's such a prototype.
Some of
It's-
these
it's
tier
amazing.
lists, all Digimon tier list as of February 2023.
I
Yeah,
don't like Astra. I love Musamon. Reiko.
Musimon is
You're
fucking
right.
cute.
Musamon's adorable. That's an actual partner right there. You didn't even have to go past a single episode to learn that was what a partner should be.
Oh, Musimon's
Oh.
adorable.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
sweet crimey.
So, this one is purely subjective, and you're gonna be in for the ride for this. Cause I played
This
like
is everything.
I played almost like a majority of these actually. Hold on, wait. Where's the one with
Looking
the
at it,
movies?
I played a lot as
Where's
well.
the movies? This is the anime series. Where's the fucking movies?
This is games and stuff.
I mean, I'm fine with the games. Hold on. Digimon
Yeah, I
husband
am
though.
too.
Hold on, wait. I need to go look at this real quick. Wait. Oh wait!
I'm lagging behind because the stream.
I already did it!
Oh.
I already did it!
Oh no! Go.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Suppose.
I saw Alphamon high up there at least.
I
of
hate him.
course.
No, I hate Alphamon. I don't know what
But
you're
he's a-
talking about.
He'd be a good husband though. That gasp.
The awkward silence. Holy shit!
No,
Be-
because you sort of have to argue that like Alphamon, for as little as he gets done, he's reliable.
Since you guys are so fucking intent on seeing my taste.
We got Alpha, Duff, and Duke. Lord Knight, Wargrey, Black Wargrey. Milan. Wow. And then F. F is big. Holy
I'm
F.
glad that Moth
I
Galgamon
have
got up there.
standards. I have fucking standards.
I mean, obviously, yeah. I'm not
I
gonna
have really
Galgamon
high
being up
standards.
there is nice.
Actually, why
Oh
is
yeah,
he here?
Why is who here?
Team Rocket. He deserves to be lower. Like I'd go
Yeah,
shopping with him,
fucking
but I
Lord
wouldn't.
Nightmon is-
I don't want him to be my husband.
No.
I think it's because of loyalty. That might be why you must have put it up there.
No,
Nah,
not even.
even that.
I don't know what I was on.
Even that.
Why is Renamon here? Go lower. Why is Shelmon here? That's fucking unacceptable. Oh, now I know why there's no one in S. The guy I like isn't here. Okay.
This is
Uh,
husband.
This tier list is for
Interesting.
Lyco's husbands.
I don't know what you want from me. I'm shrugging right now.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm fine with this list. My list would probably be similar.
Which ones would you go to church with? Well, he's not on this list, so can't help
One
you.
I go to church with.
No, go to church with Lucamon. So either the church bursts in flame or Lucamon bursts in flame. One of the two.
I don't know about you. He should be lower too. Actually, why do I have to like rank these all by F? Like, can I just like title this?
Make
Don't
a
ever
brown
speak to me again.
There. That clarifies everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Mega no.
Anyway. Oh man.
Let's get back on track here.
I'm like looking for the video games and I still can't find it. I was looking at it a second ago. Am I like blind? Oh, maybe that's it. Hold on. 1 second. Because I know there was another one too over here.
I got like a 10-second delay because I'm watching off the stream, so hearing you talk and then seeing the stream catch up is
Mm.
weird.
Oh, here we go. Oh, geez, what the fuck? Is this everything?
Oh, I said everything.
I see Survive, and that's the most recent one.
Well, here,
I see the Appmon game. I see the Cross War games.
I'm just gonna go ahead and make a decision
I
for everyone.
see the Wonder Swan.
These are literally the same game.
Yeah.
Hold on. I played that too. Played this also. Like all of the
Yeah.
story games are basically on like average. Like I don't really care for them. Where is this? So fun fact, when I played Digimon World 3, I started with the Maniac pack, and then I benched Bearmon and Patamon, and I only went through the game with Guilmon until I got to like the third part where you could start recruiting people.
Damn.
No, I'm serious. I I like beat the shit out of Master Tyrannomon with Dukemon. It was like a lot. I'll do it again. I think it's A. This deserves to be an S. I like this one actually a lot too.
Because I didn't have
Um,
access to them, I haven't played 3 or 4. I'd want to try 3 or 4.
that I think that's a Wonders one. I'm not sure. This one, you have to
I've
play
actually
this with other people. It is literally unplayable if you
What
Oh
one
wait,
is that?
huh? Oh, this is Digimon World 4.
Oh, yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I can find a way we could probably. I know a few things I might be able to do, so we could do that
I
on
could never
stream.
play that game again. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was like a lot.
No. No. Okay.
No, like okay. How many people here actually played Digimon Adventure PSP?
I
Me.
can say have not.
I mean, I told you I played it during school.
Did you get to the special dungeon?
I don't know. I think my school year ended before I was able to. I could
Okay.
only play it during like 2 of my classes, so I didn't have a lot of time.
So, if you beat the game, you actually unlock a special dungeon where Hackmon and Gankumon show up. And this is where they first actually debuted. And this was like maybe back in 2013, I think, when they were first like introduced and they were cameoing in the mobile game and in Adventure PSP. So it's really cute because you run into Hackmon with Taichi. Taichi runs into Hackmon on the first floor of the dungeon, and he basically tells you that he's looking for his master. Yeah, no, it's really cute. You basically go buddy like dungeon diving through that like entire segment. And here's the fucking nuts part about that entire thing, right? Like in this dungeon, every floor or for every like next floor that you go to, you actually team up with a different leader. So like on the first floor it's just Taichi by himself. The second floor you meet up with Davis actually. And Davis is like with Magnamon and he's like your ally for that entire segment. And they just like basically talk to each other about like, "Oh yeah, you're my senpai." Haha. And it's like Taichi doesn't know who the fuck this kid is and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, senpai." Like it's funny. The third floor or the fourth floor Taichi runs into Takato. And it's really fucking cute because Takato basically starts spaghettiing and he's like, "Oh shit, it's Taichi Yagami." And then fucking Taichi goes, "Do I know you?" And the kid goes, "Oh, you're famous." And then Guilmon fucking outs that he has a poster of Taichi in his room. It's really fucking funny.
That is adorable.
It's cute. And then like the next floor you run into Takuya. Takuya it's fucking funny because Takuya actually complains that he got attacked by someone, right? And he and Taichi actually bond by like comparing like their like what roles they play in soccer. I think they both actually play forwards, which is really interesting to know. Um the fucking funny part is that when you get to Masaru's thing, right? He fucking attacks you and you find out that Takuya got beaten up by Masaru. Like he's the guy. It's his fault. It's his fucking fault that Takuya got beaten up.
Considering he shows up in the Coliseum just to fight you too, you know.
It's
Is that
fucking
right?
honestly, in Decode, when Masaru shows up too, he gets dragged out kicking and screaming by the Coliseum dude. It's hella fucking funny. He's like, "You can't be in the ring. Get out of here." And he's like, "No, I need to fucking win my honor as a man." It's so fucking funny. It's like it's really fun. Like Masaru basically takes kind of like an older brother stance with Taichi. It's really cute. And then he also runs into Taiki with Omega Shoutmon, and then I don't remember if Tagiru was there. I think he was supposed to be with Arrestor Dramon. But with
What
that
is that early? Has it been 10 years since Cross Wars?
Yeah. Anyway, it was really interesting during all of that when it was happening, because like intermittently, like you'll get other events happening through the stages. If you want like an indication of like what kind of relationship that Hackmon and Gankumon have with each other, he literally brought him to work, ditched him, and then when they meet up again, he punts the kid, and he's hurt for like an entire floor, and then he gets back up and returns the favor, and they make puns at each other. They're very cute. It's I don't know how
That's
to
awesome.
describe the relationship. It's kid and grandpa, I guess. Um, it's fucking funny as it's cool as shit. You basically go to the final like floor of the dungeon. You solve the problem that Gankumon was there to like do, right? Like that's why he was there to begin with. He was on a job for Royal Night Business. And then after you're done beating up the boss, he basically goes, "All right, I'm going to give you a real reward. You get to fight with me, a Royal Knight." And you get to pick your favorites out of everyone that you were like teaming up with prior to go beat up Gankumon. It's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if people actually played that part. Like, I know it's fucking real. I know it's fucking real. I played it. Like, damn. It's a shame what people miss out. And, like, my dumbass is just basically too stubborn to like. If I know that a game is never gonna come out, I'll just take the plunge and play it in another language. I don't really give a shit. I'll just do it. I know for a fact that I need to go play redigitize decode, because that's
Yep,
like
I am looking at the screenshot right now of the cat of all of the leaders right in front of Gankumon.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I know it's real. It's very cool. Honestly, Gankumon he won me over because like his special move in the game is just him putting his hands in the ground and flipping it, and it's really fucking cool.
Like a table.
Yeah, exactly. It's really fun.
Potential stream, says the Funky.
Perhaps. Actually, oh god. You know,
There's quite a lot on your list.
there's too much media to go through in terms of Digimon. That said,
There was a lot.
we didn't talk about
Okay.
Ghost Game very much, but frankly, it's because I don't even want to talk about Ghost Game if I can be candid
That's
with you.
fine. That's
Ghost
perfectly
Game
fine.
or Adventure 2020. We didn't talk about 2020 at all.
I mean, does it even deserve to be talked about?
Valid.
Because the problem I have with Adventure 2020 is that it's all violence and no substance whatsoever. Like you
Yeah.
like you
Play
don't
the
have
greatest
even a break.
hits.
Like
Play
you
the
don't even
greatest
have a
hits
break
out
to
of
like.
the talk.
There is no Digimon reboot 2020.
Like
Understood.
I can't say that because I still really like the ending song. So
Mm,
there are things of it which look cool and caught me at the beginning, but then it lost me hard.
that's how it be. But
Yeah.
like, honestly, oh man, I don't know. Like,
And then the image of Gabumon on a cross went everywhere.
I mean, that was funny.
That was.
They meant it to be serious, but it was like unironically one of the most silliest things I've ever seen.
It was ridiculous.
Ghost Game is basically a worser version of Appmon.
yeah.
Like,
Okay, so watch Appmon, then Ghost Game. Got it.
I mean, you should have watched Appmon, period. But like, the difference between Appmon and like Ghost Game, right? Aside from like the cast, because the Ghost Game cast basically stays very consistent with their characterizations, which isn't a bad thing, right? But that's the problem. There's like no development whatsoever. And it's like you could basically watch that season from like the first 10 episodes and that you're still going to get the same exact behaviorisms from the start, from the end. There was no change like whatsoever.
That's oof.
It's really unfortunate. I think I wouldn't know whether to say whether Ghost Game is worth the watch or not unless you like Gulas Gamamon, I suppose. I don't have anything against the guy. I actually really I enjoy how edgy, like unapologetic. I enjoy how unapologetically edgy Gulas Gamamon is, but I don't like the people who that romanticize Dark Evolution, to say the least. We already went over that though.
Yeah, we already went over the Dark Evolution stuff and we got the same thoughts on it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is why I'm just like, what the fuck? One of my players is basically forcing me to give them a Dark Evolution. Ugh. They don't even intend it. They just did it accidentally and don't realize. It's gonna be funny. Funny for me.
Mm.
I have thought of ways to redo my game to make it like, I guess, easier or better on them. Next order is its own thing.
I don't like Next
We
Order.
don't like that. You can't bring me back.
I don't like
That
Next Order. The
yeah.
problem with Ghost Game is there is no overall plot until the literal second to last episode.
Ghost
I
Game had a lot of potential, but you can only ever really say that until episode 20, and then then the realization hits that we're not going anywhere. This is where we're here to stay.
so you're just going the games based off yourself?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but fat. Yeah.
have
Nah,
you
it's
played
good
the
because
Wonder
there's a
Swan
lot.
games?
Yes, actually.
Oh lord.
I did that also in high school before I found the PSP Adventure translation then.
I see.
High high school I was so damn bored because three of my classes, two of which I was supposed to be working, I had no work to do. So my teacher just told me entertain myself. So I got an emulator and was playing Wonder Swan Digimon. It was on a school laptop. I didn't care. But also, it has been, fuck, 6 years since that. God, I've been out of high school too long.
A while back from a friend, what game would be the best introduction for someone in Digimon? You guys have any thoughts on that?
The
Ooh, an
best
intro.
game.
Hmm. Just to
So,
introduce them to Digimon in general, or just Digimon games.
mm,
Yeah, game, not like shows or anything.
See, my
Cyber
thoughts,
Complete.
my thoughts went to Cyber Sleuth first, but I really could not. I could not subject someone to that because there's a learning curve. Not a learning curve. There's just a exponentially high difficulty ceiling after a certain point.
I
That's
feel.
the same reason. That's the same reason why I wouldn't recommend any of the world games to someone if that's their
Well,
first go around.
if it's their like first Digimon game and they don't like understand a lot about Digimon, I don't think you should start them with one of the ones where you're raising a Digimon. I think one of the like turn-based battle ones would be a good bet. Cyber Sleuth Complete, I think, is honestly a good one because they have the most amount of options to like find a Digimon they like.
Like,
Cyber Sleuth Complete has a massive selection.
I can see that. I can see that.
Like I think it's good because out of all the Digimon games, it's one of the most accessible for new people, being on most consoles right now and the computer. And it has one of the largest ranges. Like it's a pretty good one.
Most games require a guide, somewhat hard hands off. Cyber's got Slayermon, which is base. See, my thing about the whole um learning curve is, yeah, everything has a learning curve. Cyber Sleuth has a difficulty curve around the time you get to meet Kentaro-Smon for the first time. Which,
you mean
if
Speed
you.
Demon meme?
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, I actually know what that one is, Lyco. That
No.
is
No, I mean this as in what the fuck is the game because I played it and I don't like it.
oh okay. I thought it was a what is this as in I don't know. Yeah, I played it. That game is a thing which exists. That's the only way to
It's
describe.
it's a lot. Like I would never recommend that game to anyone. on topic of game
It.
recommendations, I know that everyone basically said Cyber Sleuth or like, Hacker's Memory and that kind of thing, right? I think those are
Mhm.
good like baselines in terms of like if you really want to focus on the cyberpunk aspect of Digimon, right? Like
I went more because they're just accessible as hell.
yeah, that too. I mean, like you're better off
Oh my
recommending
God.
like Cyber Sleuth as opposed to like Digimon World Dusk, for example, because in my opinion, Dusk and Dawn are literally unplayable without cheats. It is a fucking
They're
miracle of like
grind
an
sets.
attention span.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a miracle of attention span. And
I hate the
I
setting
hate
for Cyber Sleuth too, Tora.
yeah,
I
like
hate myself for 100% in Dawn.
It's more palatable on the Hacker's Memory side, funnily enough, but that's a different story, right? Or that's a different topic altogether.
like it's interesting.
100% in Dawn was so fucking hard.
It's interesting because like how do you put this?
Yes, I have
I
watched
played-
Jaden play.
I've seen snippets of her complaining about the game.
Yeah, like how do you put it? So Cyber Sleuth, I bought it, I think 4 times. I think
bought it
so.
all,
Like-
so
I
like
bought
I
it for-
how do you put it? I bought it like 4 times because I bought it in Japanese. And I literally bought a PS Vita so I could play the damn game because I thought it was never gonna get like translated or even localized. I did the same
Lo and
thing for Next
behold.
Order. I did the same thing for Next Order too, and as it turns out, the best game that never got localized really was Decode. But that said, so my feeling is on Cyber Sleuth. Like, there were aspects that I enjoyed about it, but at the same time, like, I found a lot of the characters to be kind of like insufferable in different ways. That's not to say that they're bad, right? Like, but I don't like Nokia very much. Because aside from the fact that Yasuda does not know how to, like, aside from the fact that I have, like, gripes about how Yasuda designs female characters, the main problem I have with Nokia is that, like, she literally does not deserve Omegamon.
Doesn't deserve it.
She doesn't deserve Omegamon. Like, a lot of the characters in Cyber Sleuth are, like, caricatures. Like, I've seen people make arguments that they don't like Kyoko because she's too smart compared to the rest of the cat. compared to the rest of the cast. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like Nokia is like she bumbles around a lot, and I don't find that aspect of her personality to be endearing. Not in the slightest. And like it's kind of a similar story with Yuko where she has like that whole like multiple personality thing going with pretending to be her brother, which is a can of worms that I don't know if deserves to be
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
it doesn't
can
deserve to be
overlook
spoken
that.
of. And then there's like Arata, and Arata just literally like the man has a
He's
shovel
the-
and he keeps digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole.
He's the
It's like-
edgy hacker man.
It's like
It's very much so that they're tropes.
Yeah.
Mango hit it on
Yeah.
the head.
and
Yeah.
it's like Cyber or Hacker's Memory does better in the sense of actually making them more than just tropes. But the problem with Hacker's Memory is that it doesn't give a Okay, so the end for Hacker's Memory comes very abruptly without anyone really preparing you for what happens next, right? And it's exactly because it's abrupt that nothing gets a resolute conclusion. Like we're left on that bittersweet note. And some people hated this. I understand why they did it. I do like that aspect of the game because somewhere out there, a certain someone is living their best life even if no one else remembers. She's still carrying that, right? And that's
Yeah.
fine. I think that's beautiful in its own regard. I do think it's really sad that her older brother is never going to get closure. Like that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate, what else? I don't know if I would actually recommend Cyber Sleuth or Hacker's Memory as like a first jump into the series because I feel like people will focus on the wrong things as opposed to actually focusing on what it means to like really enjoy Digimon. It's for the same reason, like in good faith, even though like Decode is like my favorite fucking Digimon game ever, even though I will like die on a fucking cross for Digimon World. And it's the reason why I swear up and down and tell people that if you're gonna play those games, do not play it with a guide. Because the half of the fun of Digimon World games is figuring out how to actually be a better tamer. Like, you're thrown into the thick of things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but eventually, as time goes on, you do get better. And that's kind of how it is with anything, right? Anything that you do is a pursued interest. And so in the interest of actually getting better at the game, you need to like make mistakes and like realize what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And then like it compounds. It gets better. Like your Digimon learn new skills, you get stronger generations. It's enjoyable in its own aspect, and people don't like the part where Digimon die, right? And that makes sense. Because it's like it feels like your work is like disappearing, like in the moment, like you're only gonna have this Digimon for 10 days. It's really sad. But at the same time, Next Order literally has the opposite problem, where your Digimon will literally live forever and you cannot raise anything else. It is exhausting. And I mean, I literally beat Next Order in less than 23 fucking hours, 2 generations. And then you guys got the NA release where they fucking jacked up the numbers to make it impossible to actually get what you like without doing at least 7 generations and unlocking the Evolution Dojo. Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, I've been kind of suffering through that right now with my game. I stopped playing it after 5 hours because I got bored as shit.
It's very unfortunate that it turned out that way. I wish they didn't do that because at least when I was playing it in Japanese, it was still like enjoyable and bearable to play because I knew what I was doing, right? But even if you know what you're doing and you go into like Next Order, you're not gonna enjoy yourself for the fucking sheer fact that everything is like literally a grind. Like, and it's like basically playing. It's like playing Dawn and Dusk, except it's a Digimon World game, which means you have to grind just even like harder, and it's fucking
with less direction.
Yeah, I mean, at least in Decode, I could literally tell my Digimon when to dodge, what attacks to do, where to move to evade attacks and stuff like that, right? That game is fucking brain dead. You literally press a button to cheer, and then you tell them you tell them only when to guard when you have enough cheering points. Like, okay, I guess.
Cheerleading simulator.
Digimon World is best played blind. Like, it's difficult because they really do make you like work to get those ultimates. It's like it's a fucking feat in itself. Personally, my favorite thing about Digimon World games is the fact that like I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but this happens all the time. For some reason, right? Like there'll be times where I don't hit any of the fucking requirements. There'll be instances where it's like I'm just short of whatever fucking things that I need. And for whatever fucking reason, it's like your Digimon will just evolve because it loves you. I don't know if there's anything more beautiful than that. Because, like, with fucking the world, or not world games, the story games, right? You can just, like, fucking control everything that happens. Like, all you have to do is just hit those fucking stat requirements and boom, you can have a fucking team of Royal Knights. It doesn't fucking matter, right? But at least in the Digimon World game, everything that you do actually matters. And that's why it's all the more important and all the more meaningful when you actually get a Digimon. Like, or like you fucking learn how to love a Digimon that you previously did not like. It's phenomenal.
That's how my undying appreciation for Centaurmon happened. Digimon World 1.
Yeah, and that's like, it's like, you didn't think it was gonna happen. You basically consigned yourself to oblivion and think you're gonna get a fucking Numamon. Then lo and behold, it's like, you think your Digimon's gonna die, and then all of a sudden, like, wait, why the fuck do I have an Andromon? Why the fuck do I have a Centaurmon? Why the fuck do I have a fucking Megadramon? Like, how the fuck did this happen? It just happens, and it's like there's no fucking explanation for it. Like, I literally watched one of my older siblings play Digimon World, and he was going through Overdell Cemetery with Metal Greymon Virus, right? That Metal Greymon was ancient as fuck. That thing was on its last legs, right? Like, it was about to die and keel over at any fucking point. And like, my brother knew this, and that's why he was trying to go through Overdell Cemetery as quickly as possible. Now, here's the fucking thing. His Metal Greymon, like, it was about to, it was doing the tired animation, which was basically the giveaway that they're gonna pass away soon, right? Yeah. But then all of a sudden, instead of fucking passing away, it fucking turned into Skull Greymon.
Damn.
It turned into fucking Skull Greymon, and it continued the journey and then only passed away after Overdell was completed. And that was like kind of this, it set this fucking precedent. And my brother basically like popped off in front of the fucking screen, and he went like, "I can't believe it. He loved me so much that he became a zombie for me. This is fucked up." But that's what it was. There's no fucking explanation for why it happens. It's just so, but that's like kind of the beauty of it. It's
That's
like
the beauty of it.
it's
Yeah.
it's because you have no fucking control over what happens. And if you look over a guide, you are cheating yourself out of an experience that could be fucking unforgettable. Like, yeah, it's like lightning in a bottle, but at the same time, that's kind of what we're looking for, right? We're looking for a fucking miracle. And there's no fucking shot if like we basically tell ourselves that what we want is just the only thing that will ever make us happy, because I fucking had to learn that the hard way when I got a
And
Magnamon, let me fucking tell you.
now you got your son.
I mean, my son is so fucking beautiful. I mean, have you seen him?
I have seen your son many times.
I love that kid. He's brilliant.
Yes,
I
he's
fucking
good.
ride and die with that boy. Like, I might have a lot of Digimon friends, but him, that's my boy. That's my son.
That's your partner.
He is. And I would fucking die for him. I fucking would kill Satan on his behalf. I'd kill all of you, actually. Like, I don't give a shit. You fucking talk shit about my boy in front of me, I'll fucking slap you. I'll hit you with a ban right now. Who wants one?
I don't got any reason to talk shit about him. I like him. Nope.
That's what I fucking thought.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. So
But yeah,
you can see it. I got my hands up right now.
I was dead ass fucking converted. I used to be a fucking Magnamon hater, and there it is. Now I have a son.
Magnamon appreciation.
No, like I literally thought about it, right? I thought about fucking.
I need to
just
try and
setting-
find a way to play Decoded so I can do that, because I think it's the best one to play. Even though I haven't played it, I know it's good.
I
I
mean,
need to play.
it basically takes everything about Redigitize and fixes it, and then adds more content. It is literally the best Digimon game in my fucking opinion. Like you can go ape shit in fucking Mount Infinity. You can go into the demon, the fucking dark area, and actually it was really cool when I was doing the dark area shit, and you get to talk to this like fucking chaosmon that's waiting at the train station, and he gives you directions where to find the demon lords at their head. And where they're fucking chilling out. It's really funny. Digimon World, in good faith, I can't recommend to anyone, but I tell them if they do play it to play blind, because I want them to have the best possible experience in terms of like learning what it actually means to like fall in love with a Digimon game. But that's only my hope. Whether that actually happens or not, that's up to a person, right? Say la vie.
There we go. I found the English.
I
I'm
bought
gonna
this-
see about getting the
I
game.
bought Decode twice. Like, I'm pretty sure that I have a fucking right to stream it if I want. God. No, I'm serious. I have like one
One of these
literally
days.
wrapped in bubble. I have one in bubble wrap like right across from me. It's fucking new. I wonder if the arena card is still in there. Or because you get arena card if you have that. It's really cool. There was also a Rust Tyrannomon card that came with the strategy guide. Yeah. But yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay, I have found a translation then for Decode. Sweet.
Nice.
It's
No, I just
Operation Decoded. Those guys worked really hard, okay? They did that for over 8 years. Trying to like make that game fucking playable for the English fan base. And you wanna know what fucking happened? People played the game and then got disappointed because there was a level of hype that people could not like, that the game itself could not ever fucking hold a candle to. And the problem is that people fucking forgot it was a Digimon World game.
Fucking people.
Not
That
even
is
fucking
not-
people. It's they took away the magic of the experience the moment they fucking decided to look up a guide and play the damn game that way. It's sad. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah. We were talking about Decode, Mango. Where we digitized Decode.
Hold on, I'm like rubbing my eye.
I was just pulling an eyelash out of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I hate my eyes.
Ayo.
I
Anyway.
need them. Like them.
But yeah, that was my tangent on why Decode is my favorite fucking Digimon game. I mean, there's like a lot of reasons why it's my favorite, But the fact of the matter is that game gives you a lot of shit to actually do. And like it's different. It's like it's not streamlined. You can like yeah, there's areas that you have to go to in a certain order, at least at the start. But after a certain point, you can like literally go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want at your own pace. It just depends on you. And that's kind of like the thing, right? Like your Digimon, how strong it is, it's all dependent on how you raise them. And that's why I like V-Pets. Yes, it's like there's always something to do and redigitize. But like that's the fun part. Even during like downtime for the story, they basically encourage you to do other things. It's like there's this one point where you have to wait 3 days for a Euromon to evolve into a Waymon so he can take you to the Stella, right? And during that time, you're encouraged to basically go around recruiting Digimon. It's fun. It's cute. You get to see like silly shit. Like I think one of my favorite fucking side quests was getting Daramon to fly, and you need a Digimon that can use fire moves to create an updraft so the fucking bird can actually stay aloft. Because if you tell him to fly without doing that, he'll fucking fall down the observatory, and you won't see him for like a whole day. God.
Love that.
But yeah, no, Rina Shinomiya is she was the character that was introduced in Decode as the main character for the Demon Lord plot, basically. That's why she has beef against Barbramon. You guys kind of got the worst. You guys kind of got you got the worst part of her when you saw her in Cyber Sleuth.
Version of her.
Yeah, you got the Flanderized version of her, unfortunately, because she's genuinely like a really funny character. Like how they introduced her in Redigitize is that basically, for some reason, she's like able to see your adventures, but she's like in the real world while all this is happening. And she gets in frequent contact with you, and you fight her in the Colosseum at different points in the main story. And it's really interesting because like throughout, she'll actually make tweets and jokes and like on Digi Twitter. It's really cute. Like she's genuinely a really enjoyable character, and she's very thoughtful beyond all her like you know, V oyster sauce kind of things. Stuff that she does. It's really cute. Actually, like in one of the things where you fight her in the Colosseum, she basically goes, "Yeah, you're not gonna win against us this time. Vivi evolved." And fucking Vivi basically goes like, "Oi, Rita!" like you
don't
fucking
load
out.
your gun.
Like, and there's like another instance where she like tries to bribe him with chocolate. And then like he fucking goes like, "Rina, my favorite food is holy chestnuts. Get it right." It's like they're fucking cute. It's so funny. Like there's a reason why that guy is always so fucking exasperated. It's their relationship is like the energetic, irresponsible older sister and the responsible younger brother. It's very cute.
So I need Citra. Of course, I need Citra 3DS.
Don't say cursed things on my stream. Come on. Piracy is illegal.
I'm not saying anything. Sorry. I am innocent.
Anyway. Like,
Sorry, my mind is just on this now.
Like, yeah, no, she sends you a fucking email explaining, like her stance in the story. And, like, she frequently contacts you with, by email. It's really cute. Honestly, one of my favorite plot twists is when, Daemon basically abuses the Ogremon that jumps you from time to time in the story, and he gets so fucking fed up with Daemon that he decides to betray him and tells you, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna take a lunchbox to Rina and her Vivi because they're both like trapped up there and like they're fucking starving. So if he basically sets out on the lunchbox. That's why one of the card arts you see Ogremon holding a bento, right? That's the explanation for that. It's because he's on his way to deliver lunch to Vivi. Speaking of Vivi, he's like no, Vivi is fucking nuts. In Decode, the Colosseum is built like it's 100 floors fucking tall, right? And Rina is being held captive on the 70th floor, and you don't have access to that, right? The guy, fucking Vivi, when he hears that she got kidnapped, the fucking dude climbs outside the Colosseum walls all the way to the fucking floor 70 and breaks fucking the wall. He breaks the wall open. That's why on her freaking alternate art for the last set, that's why it's that scene. That's the scene where he fucking breaks the wall and he and they meet up together. Like, it is so
That is
fucking
awesome.
good. Like, there's a reason why those two are my favorites, and it's not because this girl shows up in Cyber Sleuth and just is like, "Hi, I'm voiced by Haruka Tamatsu. It's me." No, it's because they're a good duo. It's really fucking good, and that's part of the reason why, like, anyone who like basically would talk shit, it's like, you're really not getting the best version of Rina. You're only getting like the fucking like, haha, I'm a cameo, you guys, Rina.
A bridge
Man,
cliff note.
God.
Yeah, I knew there was more to her because I knew of her before Cyber Sleuth because I've known of Decode for a while. I've just never played it. So when I saw her in Cyber, I was surprised and terrified because I was not gonna fight that. No way in hell. All
You're
Force
weak.
Digimon, fuck that.
You're weak. I would beat the
No,
shit out of
also
Vivi
I-
any day to impose dominance.
No, I also just stopped playing Cyber Sleuth because I got annoyed as hell with it.
Understandable.
No,
After a certain point.
honestly, like,
Like I
these
told you,
games,
there's
they're not for everyone.
Well, I was
That's kind of the truth.
I was playing
Ah,
the
see.
PlayStation 4 version, but it just
You
didn't
get
have a
things.
lot of
You get
digital
it.
I liked. Like this PlayStation 4 version was okay. Then I got the complete edition on PC, and then it's just a matter of motivation. Like I got that recently. I just haven't played it again yet.
No, I get it. Like,
I'm-
I played that game
I'm
already
gonna-
too many times. Like, I don't think I could do it again. That said, if there was a moment that actually made me cry in Cyber Sleuth, it was when Alphamon wakes you up, or specifically when
Yeah.
you finally wake up. That
Yeah.
that messed me up.
That was good. I did beat the game.
I have a real soft spot for Kyoko, Kuremi, and Alphamon, but the Alphamon that I'm acquainted with is not the same guy. Fucking
Come on
jackass.
now.
No, fucking.
Oh.
Anyway.
I see that we have this now.
Oh yeah, that's the bottom on button. It makes me instantly look at the screen.
Yes, it's Batamon.
No, like Alphamon. Okay, so there's actually a really interesting thing with Alphamon and Kyoko, where Kyoko, when Alphamon is Kyoko, I should specify, right? Like, they actually talk different, and then they also talk different when they're like proper Alphamon too. And then there's like the instance where you actually talk to the real Kyoko at the end of the game, and she talks very differently as well. It's really it's genuinely interesting how they differentiate between all three of these. But you guys don't really get that in the English translation because there's no way to properly get that nuance across.
See, that's another reason I stopped playing because I've been
like-
playing the English.
I like
and I
Alphamon.
know what.
I like Alphamon because he's a bro. He's just fucking cool. It's like, shit, I want Alphamon as my co-pilot, actually. Man. I relate too much to Alphamon because of the shit. Like, imagine just wanting to like kind of do your own thing, and then like people just constantly and then it's like you can't even like leave shit alone, and then like when you finally like look, it's like everything's on fire and you're like, oh fuck, I guess I have to do something. It's kind of like that.
It's that
Yeah,
feeling of
no.
having to be the last resort after everyone else like did stuff. Yeah.
That is actually
No,
me,
it's-
so I will.
An accent or slang doesn't really like appropriately get across what happens, because Japanese can like be very nuanced in a certain like sense, where it's like there's different like codifiers for certain like ways of how people see themselves or how people want others to see themselves, or right. And like a big indicator of that, like for example, like right off the bat, is watashi. And watashi is like it's either gender neutral, like polite, or typically very polite, or it's like feminine, like by default, right? And
There's also Boku.
yeah, there's like Boku, there's Ore, there's Washi, there's Ore-sama, etc. Right? Like there's a ton of ways to actually like get like used to describe things. Like one of my favorite things about Dukemon, for example, is that Dukemon will use the ware pronoun, which is the third person thing where he goes like I Dukemon or like or he goes like or he says something like this Dukemon. Like he's referring to himself as like in third person as a way to like it's like the royal we or like as a way to show of being like humble. It's very interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's
I I'm very familiar with that because of Kamen Rider. One of them, that was a big thing of how the characters like identified themselves. One of them always introduced himself as "Oi, Sanjo." I
I mean
loved
that's an
it.
introduction. That's isn't that the introduction? It's
Yeah,
like it's
he
like
always said, "I am here."
yeah, it's like
I love it.
that's a bit different because it's that's a bit different because the introduction is like, you know, it's like uchu kita or like count up your sins and all that other stuff. Like that's different.
That
What
was
I'm
just him, like transformation or not. That's just how Momotaro's was.
yeah, but
Not all of
like
them did.
no, not all of them did that, but like there's a
Momotaro's is just my favorite
it's
because of
like
it. I love
it's
him.
very difficult. It's not necessarily difficult to explain. It's just that like you miss out on a lot of things that can't be like properly put into like English. Cuz think about it this way, right? They have all those ways to say I. How many ways do we have to say I that isn't tonal based?
Yeah, we got like one.
You only have one. That's how
Yeah.
that works. And that's why you can't like that's why it doesn't come across well when you're trying to like actually give an indication on why like certain things feel the way they do. And that's
Like
kind of
Japan's
like
got formal speech, informal speech, business speech. It, oof, a
it's an
reason
honest
the
life.
language is.
You just gotta learn it.
I'm trying. I have a friend who's helping me, but she's busy a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I refuse to use Duolingo.
I mean, it's not a bad place to start, but it's definitely not the end all. That's for sure.
Starting something
Yeah,
should always be on your own, though. Too. Well, not
Yeah,
just not always, but like it's the gumption to do something on your own.
I mean, like
no, I'm
I was
picking
literally,
away.
I was literally desperate enough to play like Decode in Japanese, and that's how I ended up picking up the language a bit more. Um, because what the
My
fuck was I gonna do? Look up a guide? They're all in Japanese anyway. It doesn't matter. Big shrug.
yeah.
But yeah, long story short, like since we should be doing a little bit of a wrap up because it has been like 2.5 hours since we started, I think. For the
Yep.
most part, like pretty much there wasn't really anything too contentious until gosh. There wasn't
No,
anything
we.
too contentious to like really say or speak about in terms of like how we tiered these things. Cause it's just like let's be real, it was factually correct and true. Like,
I mean, I saw how
um
your face got when I was talking about Frontier. I saw your model
I mean I was
dead
fucking
eye.
cracking up.
Dead.
I mean I was
Yeah.
dead eyed because I was waiting to see what you were gonna say.
It looked like you're disapproving of what I was saying at the beginning.
Opinions are opinions.
It do be that way, yeah? I mean,
Mm,
anyone
yeah.
can disagree with an opinion. I mean, people are free to fucking disagree with me when I say that Decode I think is the best Digimon game. But it doesn't change the fact of the matter that I still think what I'm gonna think, right? God. I did that once, actually. I learned something about myself that day. I really don't like the color purple. Yeah. Actually, hold
I
on.
remember,
1 second.
I remember you saying you're racist against purple.
Huh? I mean, that never changed. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. God, the stream is like lagging for me. I've been stuck on the same screen for like 10 seconds, 20 minutes. There we go. It reloaded.
Because there's
Digimon
one where there's
humans,
like
Digimon.
it's like all Digimon, and that one's like 1,000 and